Hello, whoever's here. Welcome. Hi. Do you want a link? It's my cat. Hi, Dr. Koala. Anyone wants a link, just let me know. I'm bored and I want to laugh. Well, thank you, Zachariah. Thank you so much. I don't know what I've done to earn your respect, but thank you. Yeah. Chaos, you want a link? It's drama free, I promise. I'm seriously bored and just want to laugh. Hi, Sin. Hello, hello. Thank you for coming in. This is my cat. She's so pretty. Okay, well, let me know if you think that you can and you change your mind. I am today wearing my BTS hoodie. My cat does not approve. She's grumpy. So, uh, just wanted somewhere where I could go and talk to my friends and not have to worry about any drama. Oh, I'm finishing this picture too. It will be done soon. Yes. Okay. This is being done on non-textured paper, and I'm not sure if I like it because it's smooth and strange. The difference is this one is being done on textured paper, and it's it's got lots of texture. Hi, Iridium. Hello, hello. I don't know what that's about, Zechariah, but thank you for saying so. Hi, Mimi. Oh, thanks, Red. You okay, so here's the thing that I say. When you do these, and they don't have to follow the patterns or anything like that, and I'm looking over here because my screen is over here, my second screen. When you do one of these, I like to say that you just fill in the white. Now, I do borders because, I've noticed um, when I first started, I didn't do borders, but now I do borders because people like to frame them, so I like to make sure that they're able to frame them. So basically, all I do is fill in the white. If there's something I want to fill in, then that's what I do. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be planned. In fact, I don't plan any of mine. Uh, and then I finished two of them. Hold on, let me get them. I finished two or three. I finished two. So I put them up, but here's the first one. There's the first one. And this is a traditional stamp, calligraphy stamp. And that's my name in Korean, which is Tiffany. And this is the second one. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, I just fill in the blanks. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to follow a pattern, obviously. You can just do what you want. So there you go. I will tell you that the biggest tool I have, my most favorite tool is missing. No, here it is this pencil right here. Now, this pencil, you'll notice it on. Me too, Terry. Me too. You'll notice there's some blue on here. Well, you can't really see it because that's what it's meant for. Actually, oh, that's awesome. I didn't know it wouldn't show up. Okay, so is it showing up? Kind of, sort of. This blue here is, I've done an outline of a ribbon. The blue is made so that you can leave the sketches on there, and when you photocopy it or put it online, you don't have to erase all the blue. 'Cause it's non-photocopy. It won't copy. What are you doing? You want to look out the windows? Okay, there you go. So, oh yeah, what's your name on Pinterest, Red? Let me move my chat over here so I don't have to keep looking over here at this screen. There we go. That's better. Do you see the birds or the squirrels? Did your tail? Aiko. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So, oh, hi, Sonia. Hi, Mary Amerson. Okay, yeah, absolutely. I will follow you. Let me do that now. Pinterest. Please ignore anything you see on there that you may not agree with because I have many boards and not all of them are rated PG. Just saying. Mary Amerson. If anybody wants a link, just let me know. I am seriously just bored. So, oh, okay. I'm trying to find you. People, except there's quite a few. Red, which one are you? What's your icon? Is it Snoopy or your family or you with blonde hair or which one? Hi, guys. So I got this tip the other day and I love it. It's really pretty. It's got purple threads in it, so it kind of matches my tank. Snoopy. Okay, well, that's easy enough. You're the first one. And I will follow you. I will try to follow you. How do I follow you? Oh, yeah, I got it. Thanks, Pinterest. 어떡해. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm following you now. My name on there is Tiffany, I think. I need to change that. How do you change that? I don't like that. Edit settings. Okay. How do I change my name though? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I know. She's up there. I'm leaving her alone because she's not scratching the metal, the leather. So, but she's looking at the squirrels because they're back on the tree out there. It's- Okay, baby, I love you. Be careful. I might go and get some drinks later. So, some sodas. I love you too. Okay. Okay, baby. 안녕, 오빠. I love you. Okay. Sorry. No, he hasn't. That was really funny. Hi, Aussie. Hi, everyone coming in. Like I said, if you want a link, just let me know and I will happily give you one because I'm bored and I want to talk. No drama. Just, you guys, look. I found this perfume. Like, I'm a perfume junkie. Like, I have all kinds of perfume. Like, right here is like my Armani Code, which is one of my favorites, and I have a basket full of perfume. But I do love cheap perfume. So I found this at CVS, I think it was like $4. Smells so good. It's grapefruit, water lily, and lotus flower. Smells good. Sit. Oh, how is everyone? She's watching the squirrels. There's some squirrels outside. Look. There, well, you can. There's a big, huge oak tree right there. That's what she's watching. La 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 la. So, yeah, I think I have lots of things on my Pinterest that are not family friendly, but whatever. I wish. Happy birthday. It's okay, Jenna. Take your time. I'll be here no matter how many people are watching because I'm bored, so. So I wish I wasn't on my laptop, but anyway. I don't know if you guys have Zaxby's where you live, but I do, and it's amazing. Shout out to Zaxby's. In Korean, it would be 생일 축하합니다. 생일 축하합니다. 축하합니다 means congratulations. So it's pretty much like congratulations on birth. 생일 축하합니다. I'm working on it, Zachariah. I'm really working on it. Um, I have been studying for a while. I started out self-studying. I'm still self-studying. Self-studying, but I have this app now. It's called Hello Talk. Hold on, let me close it so you can see what it looks like again. Okay, so I have this app. This is my Korean folder. Let's see if you can see this one right here called Hello Talk. Right here. Whoop. Can't press it. There we go. And basically these are all the people that I talk to. Um and oh, I wish. Chaos. I wish. Memorize is good too. With Hello Talk, it is free. I am a VIP member just so I can translate more things. Basically, it's a language exchange app. So if you speak German and you want to learn French, you put I speak German, I want to learn French, and then the program automatically matches you up with people who speak French but want to learn German. So it's matched me up with people who speak Korean but want to learn English, and then we talk to each other, basically. So, and I can correct the hi Sass, do you want a link? Please have a link. I'm so ready to not be bored and have some fun. So if you want to so say someone writes something and it's not correct. Like it's not correct in English. You like long tap on it and you can correct their English and you can show them where they've messed up. Hi Tilly. Tilly, do you want a link as well? And then it also has one of the truest oh, I want to learn Dothraki. That would be awesome. It Hello Talk has one of the truest translators, at least in Korean, because it's community powered. So we correct the translations also. Like the translator, we correct the translator. Yay! Yes, I do. I love you, Sass. Hold on one second. Let me get it to you. Mm. Uh, one second. Sass, I'm sending it to your original Twitter. There you go. It's there. Well, Dothraki, yes, it's Game of Thrones. Nice, nice. But, yeah, I'm working on Korean. Hopefully, I'll get there soon. That would be great. That would be lovely. Both of them are? Oh, yeah, Valerian. Hi, Valerian, yeah. That's correct. So, y'all, I don't know how many of you vape, but this is, like, my all-time favorite vape box. Woo, almost dropped it. It's called, a Vupu Drag, and this is their, I don't know what this is called, I forget, but anyway, it's dipped, right? So everyone has a different Hi, Sass!
Hi.
I've missed you.
Hello, everyone. It has been already crazy today. I have two crises going on elsewhere. Not myself, but two of my friends.
What's
I'm like the rock that everyone calls. They're like, oh my gosh, this is going on. I still have to talk to you.
right, right.
It's great. You're so great at learning other languages. When I was married to my ex-husband, he's Tongan, and so I learned certain words, but the
Where's
overall
that?
language, huh?
Where do they speak? I mean, where is that?
Tonga is in the South Pacific,
Oh, okay.
so near Tahiti, Fiji,
Oh. Is it a
down there.
French-based language?
Um,
Sorry.
I don't know. There's Pacific Islander, so
Okay.
um, but it's Tonga, and people often think they're Tonganese, which is super funny, or they speak Tonganese, which is funny. It's just Tongan. It's just Tongan. Just add an N. Um, but the words like Nima, Nima,
Mhm.
it means hand, but it also means arm or shoulder or the number five, depending on how you use it in a sentence.
That's like in Korean. Oh, it means fifth or it means cucumber.
Yeah.
So
So you're like, if you misuse it, I guess it completely obviously changes the sentence. So it's like that's what I get worried about with learning other languages, because I'm really good at picking up certain words,
Mhm.
but not necessarily using them appropriately. I'll know what the word is, but I'll just be like, oh yeah, baño, and that's bathroom in Spanish, but it's like, no, that's not what I meant. Like, well, anyway,
That
I
I
can't
mean,
wrap my head around it.
I started out learning honestly, I started out learning Spanish. And then I took that for 4 years in high school, and then I decided, "You know what? Japanese is really cool." So I started learning Japanese, and then I tried to read Japanese, and then I cried a lot. So,
What? Why?
'cause it's hard. They have 3 different alphabets that you have
Oh,
to learn,
oh,
and
because it's hard. Yeah.
but see, Korean only has 26 letters, so, they have the same it's an actual alphabet, it's not a pictograph kind of thing. The words don't rep the letters don't represent the word, it's literally just spelling out things.
Right.
So and Korean, when I first heard it, it was so strange because they have this kind of warble, like this kind of whine to the words, so it was so strange to me at first, and then when I started learning it, I was like, "This language is fucking awesome." It has been hailed as the single most efficient language in the world.
See,
And
now okay, now pause. I'm watching you fill your vape up. I need to switch to vape. And
yes,
I'm
you do.
so overwhelmed by the whole replacement coils, change this big tank, ohm this, get this, a low something. I don't know that part. I
Okay, I
see
make it
this is when you see what an absolute dichotomy I really am. I'm so brilliant in certain ways about the mind and stuff, and then I look at an e-vape and I'm like, I don't know. I
okay, so
don't
let me
get
give
it.
you the rundown of what I've been doing it for nearly 6 years now. I've been completely cigarette free from the day I picked up vape for 6 years. But that's just me. That's not everyone. That's just how it worked for me. But I did have someone who was a heavy smoker that actually helped me get the right things, and I think that helped a lot because he knew what he needed in order to stop, and he helped me get what I needed in order to stop. My
Ah,
so my favorite tanks, and this one is leaking because I decided it would be fun to lay it on its side. Okay, hold on. Okay. My 2 favorite tanks are the X Baby, which is what I have on here. This tank right here,
right.
and the Baby Beast. Now these are from the same line. They're both the same. Well, they're not the same, but you know what I mean. They're from the same line.
Right, but I
Uh,
think that's even too advanced. I think you're even starting, I think, see,
nope.
starting from it seems
No, I'm
advanced.
gonna make it easy for you though. Okay.
Hey, hold on one second, Minnie. I think
Okay.
we need to say something to Tilly. Tilly, just, in one ear, out the other, just don't pay any attention to fools. Just they're foolish,
Exactly.
So let fools be fools, and they don't need your time. You're valuable, and you can have fun elsewhere. So why go there?
And Tilly, you are an amazing artist. I mean, even your little sketches and everything. I wanted to show you my tattoo because it reminded me of your sketch. I had someone draw this for me. I don't know if you can see it, but it's
It's over to the side. Yeah, yeah. Now up a little
oh,
bit,
hold
like
on,
if
hold
you
on.
stand up. Then. Oh
Let me
yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, it does remind me of Tilly's little picture. Tilly, I love your little picture with the little hearts.
what it is this is considered, and people who love Japanese culture, this is a chibi, which means big head, little body. This is a chibi max from Where the Wild Things Are because this is my favorite book. and it says, "Please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so" on the banner. It's not finished.
Ah,
It's not finished, but it reminded me of your drawings, Tilly, and I wanted you to. I think you should really like my art, which I would. I don't know if you saw the updated one. I haven't posted it on Twitter yet, but here we go.
yeah, Tilly loves it too because it's like hers too.
Um,
Yeah.
I use my art for. I am a nerd, Mr. Vu. Hi.
What's a chibis? What's a
Chibi is
chibi?
what she draws. It means big head, big over exaggerated head, and a teeny tiny little body.
Oh, I love things like that.
Yeah. And lots of fan art. They'll take like anime or whatever, and they'll make entire comics of an established anime, but in chibi form.
Hi, Mr. Boot.
Hi, everyone.
Nice of you to visit.
Okay, so vape. Aussie said she stopped
Wait,
with vape too. Now, here's the thing that I'm going to tell you, and it's simple. This is what was told to me, and this is what kept me off cigarettes. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is you need to figure out how much you smoke and at what level you smoke. Do you want the throat hit, or do you just want the act of actually having smoke in your mouth? That's what you have to figure out first. The second thing,
I don't know what I like about smoking. I think I just really like the habit.
okay, then that's easy. What kind
Mr.
do?
Boot, I'll talk about my date in a second because that's funny and everyone will love it. But it didn't go well, like most don't.
Oh
I'm.
no.
Oh no, it's fine. You got to kiss a lot of toads to meet a prince, so that's fine.
So the
That's
second
fine.
thing that was told to me is when you get your vape, and I'll talk to you later about what to get, but
Okay.
when you get your vape, the most important thing to do is to follow the same schedule you did with your cigarettes. If you don't smoke inside, don't vape inside. At least for the beginning. If you always smoke after you eat, vape after you eat. If you smoke regular cigarettes, not 100s, it's 15 pulls on vape to equal one cigarette. If you smoke
Oh, that's good. That's good info. No one ever tells you that. They
if
don't
you
tell you how many like things to do.
And if you smoke 100s, it's 20 pulls off the vape.
What
So
about 120s?
probably 25.
Yeah, because I'm like Cruella Deville. I got the big long cigarettes. Like, where are my puppies?
Now with me,
Anyway.
I like the throat hit, which
Mhm.
is what you feel when you pull on it. So
Mhm.
I add menthol to a lot of mine only because I need that hit. And also you have to pick your nicotine level, which in the beginning when vape first started before sub ohm came out, which is what I have, what everybody should have because it's better for you. Before sub ohm, I had a really small tank and it was crappy, and so I had the highest level of nicotine, which was at the time 24, which is 24 milligrams of pharmacy grade nicotine. And then now I'm on three, 3 milligrams, three, and that's because the sub ohm tanks, which is what I will suggest you get because it's better for your money in the long run. It uses what is it? Sub ohm, OHM, as in the electricity and the power that's going through it. These coils run at sub ohm rates, which means they're a lot stronger than the other ones. So we run a thicker liquid through it, which is going to save your money because it burns slower. And so I do a 70-30 mix of VG and propylene glycol, so vegetable glycerin and propylene glycol. They are both things that go into things that we eat and things that are not by
Toxic.
themselves toxic.
Right.
So basically, all that goes in here is the mix to keep it thick, the nicotine, which is pharmacy grade, and flavoring. That's it. That's all that's in there. And let me tell you what happened within 3 days. Okay, within 3 days, my taste buds changed. So because within 3 days, the hairs in your nose start to grow back. After years of smoking, you've singed the hairs in your nose. That's your first line of defense against getting sick, like a cold or allergies or anything like that. So if you singe the hairs in your nose, you're going to get sicker quicker, which is why a lot of smokers get colds a lot. Um, so once that changes, your smell changes, completely changes. When your smell changes, your taste buds change because that's all connected. So in 3 days, after living years upon years on Dr. Pepper and Mr. Pibb, fucking
Yeah.
couldn't stand it. Couldn't stand it after 3 days. Couldn't stand the taste of it. Yep.
Wow.
The only thing you're going to have to get used to, not everyone goes through this, but I was a super heavy smoker and I did go through it, is you are going to cough up the tar in your lungs. And it is disgusting. But once it's out, oh my God, it feels so great. To wake up in the morning and not have to struggle with an inhaler or not have to like struggle to walk down the street or go across the street to check the mail, you know? I mean, it was just amazing. So amazing. It was the best
So
feeling in the world.
I'm gonna work with you on quitting
Mhm,
so that I can, and I'll get a detail of like what I should go get.
mhm.
And I have like 9 e-cigarettes anyway. I have like a sub ohm something blah blah that someone said is really good, and I have like a little like it's sitting right here, a little Kanger Tech something. I have a bunch of the stuff. I just get lost when I start trying to do it, and I get overwhelmed, and then I still go, freaking, I'll
Okay,
just buy a pack of cigarettes.
so I
Dang
want
it.
to say that the most popular thing right now for new vapors is people are buying these e-sticks and they're big and they don't have a display on it or anything. Those are super dangerous. Please do not buy those. Even I, as a very, very experienced vapor, do not use those, and I'll tell you why. They're called unregulated mech mods. What that means is that what that battery gives you is what you're going to get, aka your own personal face pipe bomb. Please do not buy anything where you cannot regulate the power on a screen, because what that is, it is a direct tank to battery connection. There is no safety in between it. There's no motherboard like on the bigger ones. It can and has and most likely will overheat and blow up in your face. So
Oh,
please,
wow.
if you
I don't
have
want
one
that.
if you have one where you cannot see the power or you don't have a dial where you can change the power, put it away and get something that's worth your money. Without the tank, okay? I told a new vapor to get this and I'll tell you why. It looks complicated. It really does, but it's not. It's the Vupu drag box, and basically what happens is you put a tank on there, and when you turn it on, it'll say, is this a new coil or is this a new tank? Basically, is what it's asking you. You say yes, and it sets it to where it needs to be automatically. That doesn't mean you can't change it. You can turn it down if it's too strong or turn it up if it's not strong enough. But this thing is a workhorse. The other one that's a workhorse, which I have in here, I think.
See, Sonia, you're like me. See, you're confused already. See, I'm telling you, all of this is kind of like, like it's a different language altogether. I know we were just talking about learning Korean, but you got to learn vape language. Like,
And I
let's
will
get
help,
what everything is.
and I'll show you why. This is my other workhorse, and workhorse by meaning no matter what you do, it'll still work. And as you can see, I reversed the polarity of the magnets on the door, so the door doesn't even stay closed. I don't know how I did that, but I did.
Uh,
Um,
Hi,
this
Ricky.
this one I've thrown on the ground, I've smashed on the concrete on accident, and it still works. Same with
That's
this one.
awesome. Okay, so good. It's durable. I don't drop stuff, but I want to know if I do drop it that I'm not
Right.
gonna, you know.
And the other thing is if you drop it, this door is going to come off and the batteries are going to come out, and that's going to save you an explosion as well.
Oh, I see. And so that other one that's all sealed up and stuff, if you drop it,
It can
well,
explode.
it charges with a, yeah, everything. It's all internal. It's all.
Right. And the
Does
same with
okay?
this
So
one.
I've seen the ones that actually, and my Kanger Tech is like this, where it charges with like a USB.
Yes, that is okay. Those are not always bad, but here's the thing. If you don't have removable batteries and you can't change your batteries and charge these batteries, that thing that you charge with a USB that you can't take the batteries out,
Yeah.
that's going to go bad after about 3-4 months. It's going to stop charging because they're not meant to be used forever and always. That's why I always say get one that has batteries that you can take out and you can charge. I have another one here, which I don't use anymore because it's a little bit too weak for me. But this one was really awesome. I'll put the batteries in it so you can see it. But yeah, so anything that you get, please make sure that it has, hi Ash, please make sure that it has
Hi, Ash.
external batteries. So if I put the batteries in this one, it's gonna startup.
Oh, it's so cute.
It's got a really nice screen. It tells you exactly what watts, which is the easiest thing. Even if it gives you an option to change, don't change it from watts. It's the easiest thing to do. Leave everything as it is. When you turn on one of these things, it's automatically set up for a new vapor. All the weird and complicated stuff is deep inside the options. Just don't change anything. Just push it up or push it down forever how strong or weak you want it and leave it alone. That's it. That's all you got to do.
And like work it out.
Yep. You got to
Yeah,
figure out
just
what's
figure
best for
it.
you.
It's just gonna have to be kind of like a figure out game
Mm-hmm.
for me for a little while. Hi, damn it, Jenna.
She's trying to get her net to work, but look at this. Sass. This is for next semester or this coming
I know.
semester.
I'm so glad you're taking psych in summer.
Listen, I have to though. It's not like
Aren't
I
aren't you
wanted to.
excited about learning it though? I mean,
I Okay.
psychology, the learning about the brain and how the brain functions, that just helps everyone, I think.
So, yeah, sorry, I use cloud chasers, which means it puts out a lot of vapor.
Not
So
chasers.
the problem is like the first semester, like the very first time I ever went to college when I was actually like 18, 19 years old, I had a okay, first of all, I had to take psychology and sociology in the same semester.
Mm-hmm.
So I had my hippie who believed, rainbows were magical and everything was beautiful and nothing could ever go wrong in the world, taught me sociology, and I was bored as fuck. And oh, okay, I'm sorry. If you have an email, let me know. And then, but my psychology teacher was a Bible beater.
Oh.
And everything that she taught, she would end it with, God wouldn't want you to act this way. And I'm like, I went to the dean. I'm like, do you know what she's doing? I mean, I didn't sign up for church. I signed up for psychology. No offense
Well,
to
and it
anyone
and
who,
it's and it, it's to totally completely like psychology and learning about brain function and what we know about how things work.
Mhm.
That to me should be separate about belief. One is science, one is what we know, from testing and things like that, and one is belief that people can have and share and whatever elsewhere, because it's not testable, it's not anything, it's.
Exactly. And Ricky, I'm not studying psychology. I actually had to take a humanity because I'm a pharmacy student. So I picked psychology over
I'm
English.
the I'm the psych gal. That's why I'm
Okay.
glad that she is so excited for it. I'm the psych gal.
Yeah, I might need your help this summer for real.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Um, yeah, Jenna is in Twitter jail.
She says she can get DM,
So,
so I'm going to send her a DM.
oh, Twitter timeout. How long does a timeout last on Twitter?
I have no idea. I've never been timed out. Well, yes, I have. I've been timed out for 24 hours once.
Maybe that's what she ended up happening. Maybe you'll have it back, Jenna, tomorrow.
I sent it to you, Jenna. See if you can get it. But yes, so
12 hour.
can you tell Ricky about what kind of psychology that you're studying?
Yeah, so I'm my major is neuropsychology, but I'm focused on a forward mentality about mind body wellness, treating the mind as well as the body when there's trauma, like a car accident or anything like that. Treating the mind with healthy brain activity that helps connect and maintain the using neuroplasticity, maintain the connections in the healthier parts of the brain, in the upper part of the brain instead of the limbic system.
That's so awesome. I was telling my mom about that last night about like I kind of simplified it for her. She's a medical
Mhm.
coder, but she doesn't really get into all the other stuff. But I was just like, yeah, like, and correct me if I'm wrong, because then I'll go correct what I told her. Like basically, if you get hurt, no matter how small it is, you don't just get hurt; your mind also gets hurt. Is
Yeah,
that
well, and
correct?
and not necessarily like a paper cut or something like that, but I'm
Right,
talking a
right.
trauma where you were shocked or something happened in front of you that was like a big like wow, like if you witness a robbery, okay, you may not even be in it, you just saw it happen,
Mhm.
your brain got trauma because it just became aware that there's harm going on around you, and your brain immediately goes, harm going on around me, oh my gosh,
Right.
right?
Right.
So the second the alert happens, you go into your limbic system, you go into your mammal brain, which is fight, flight, or freeze. It's an
Mhm.
instantaneous action, and it takes about 8 hours for the brain to kind of calm down. But that doesn't mean that uh, there isn't a propensity to keep going to that I need a safe place mode. Does
Mhm.
that make sense?
It does.
So the brain, we can encourage the brain out of that. We can encourage it to come back out and be like, oh no, everything's fine in my world. I'm good. But what happens is in our world now, the way that stressors work, we're constantly stressed. We're constantly placed for the next action with pressure, things like that. And we're very easily triggered into that emotional brain because we're there a lot.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That's
So if you look at exercises like, that's why when they say people giving, if you give, it helps you. And it really does. Not the disordered brain.
mhm.
There are people out there that giving for the sake of giving doesn't help them because they're not connected to that altruistic part in their brain normally. Like that is just not there for them. It's
Mhm.
almost like a handicap, like if you were born without an arm. Some people are born without certain connections in their brain. And that's what we need to understand. When we're looking at people and talking to people, whoever they are, sometimes their brain is not like ours. And we won't understand what they're doing because it won't make sense to us, and we won't get where they're coming from when they try and tell us why they do what they do, because that would never work for us, you know?
Right. Right. That's like there's something wrong with my brother's ex-girlfriend's daughter. When she was younger, she had what's called crab claws, and not like her fingers were stuck together, but like if this hand was doing something, so was this hand. So she had to learn like how to retrain her brain to like hold onto a table while she was drawing so that her other hand didn't mimic the same movement. And like when she was drawing, it would literally be like this. Like her other hand would do it, and it was something that was cross-wired in her brain. It was so
Yeah.
incredibly weird.
So they have an experiment. This is just fascinating. They have an experiment. A guy who lost his hand, and he was, that ghost pain, the phantom pain.
The
You've
phantom
heard of
pain,
that,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Well, he had phantom pain, but his pain was coming from as if he felt like his fist was clenched
Wow.
on the arm where there was no hand.
Mhm.
His brain had gotten stuck thinking that fist was clenched. So what they did was they put him in front of a box that they had him put his right hand into. It was his left one that was missing.
Mhm.
And the box was open from the top so his brain could see in the box.
Right,
And on
right,
the
right.
left
I think
side
I've
of the
heard of that.
box was a mirror. And so he had his hand on the other side of the box, or his arm on the other side of the box. The missing hand was on the other side, on the opposite side of the mirror. So what he
Hmm.
saw when he looked in the box was he saw a hand over there. And they had him clench and unclench his right hand so
Mhm.
that his brain could see the left hand unclench.
Right.
And it worked to stop the pain.
That's so strange. Like, okay, I have to admit, I saw that the first time on House when they did it
Yeah.
for somebody on House. But I thought that was incredible. I didn't know if that was real or not, if it could really help with phantom pain, like
No,
mirrors.
that comes from actual studies. There's a guy who's been studying things like that about the cross wiring in the brain. There's also these experiments that they did where when he sees a picture,
Mhm.
he says a word, and the way that his brain it was because this particular guy that they were studying, they cut his two halves apart, the two halves apart in his brain, because sometimes with seizure disorders and stuff, that actually is the final way that they can stop it.
Mhm.
But they do remove communication from one side of the brain to the other. And language and speech and sight and hearing are in two different parts of the brain.
Right.
It's just fascinating. The brain is just fascinating. It just is.
Yeah, Sherry, I saw news about that little boy whose heart stopped and they were about to like take his organs. That was incredible.
I think my chat's behind. I don't think I can see your guys' like chat
It
coming up
might
until I'm just
it might
lagging
be
on
mine.
because I'm watching my internet on the tablet and I think and it's behind my phone. So us talking is going quicker obviously than the chat. Tilly, did you want to come up here?
Come up on panel,
Or
Tilly. We love you.
damn it, Jenna?
Anyone wants to come up. It's completely open as long as you're drama free.
Yeah, just because, we're just talking and you guys can tell
Yep.
us stuff in the chat if you want. Ooh, let me tell you about my date.
Yes, please do.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I've talked to this guy a couple of times and I knew he wanted to go out with me last year, but I kind of shined him on. So I said, okay, yeah, I'll go out. And we go down to this restaurant that I wanted to try downtown. The food was amazing. He was just a yes man. And I really hate that. I really, really hate yes men.
Oh, I hate that too.
Um, so everything that I said, he was just like, uh-huh, sure. Yeah, actually, I agree. Absolutely. You're right. And that's fine and everything, but it was like he didn't want to have a dissenting opinion.
Mhm.
Like he thought if he had anything to say other than agreeing, like maybe I would not be happy about it or something. I don't know.
Mhm.
Anyway, so he just agreed with me the whole time. He didn't really provide any challenging conversation or anything. And then we go to leave and I said, it's getting kind of late and we already went for a late dinner and I'm just going to have an early night. And he said, are you sure? You don't want to go for ice cream or something? I mean, no, I'm going to go home. And he said, well, we'll have to do this again sometime. And that's the toughest part for me because he's really nice, but no, I don't want to do that again. So I said, I'm going to be in summer school. Things are just going to get really busy. It was fun. Maybe some other time, maybe. And now I'm thinking, I did that thing that you're not supposed to do, which is like, it's like what Guy says, I'll call you. And then he doesn't call. I did the same thing. I was like, maybe we'll do it again. And I did the same thing that I tell them not to do, that I get mad that if they do, because a girl will say, well, he said, I'll call you later. And he never called. And I'm like, why did he say that? He could have just said, I'm just not interested. But it's so hard in the moment when someone's really nice and you don't want them to take it personally.
Mhm.
That's the
Mhm.
worst part is dating. I don't take it personally if someone is not with it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm just like, okay, to each his own, because there's plenty of people out there. And it's not saying anything bad about the person. It's just the click wasn't there.
And see, that's what I don't
It's
get
just,
either, because like you have your standards for people, right? But then you go into these like not you, but people in general, go into these like blind dates or first dates or whatever, and then they don't think about, well, that person also has a standard, and quite obviously you don't meet it, so you can't get mad at this person for having standards just as you have standards.
well, and it's not, I have really, really high standards when it comes to some things. But even meeting all those standards, there just might be something that just doesn't gel. It's
Right.
not like on paper, totally perfect, in person doesn't work. You know, it's not like a recipe thing. That's why love is elusive.
Mhm.
And it happens when we least expect it is because there is no right way. There's no, okay, if you do all of these things, then it will end up that you're in love. That's not the way it works.
Right.
It's just, people put a lot of pressure on themselves, like saying the right thing, doing the right thing. I kind of end up cautioning my friends when they're dating that they get so wrapped up on, I hope he likes my outfit, or in my head, I'm thinking, I don't even know if he's a douche yet. So I'm not going to worry about what he thinks about what I'm wearing. I'm going to
Mhm.
be worried about what's coming out of his mouth. If I like him and what he talks about and who he is and that those kinds of things, well, then I started getting interested in his opinion about me. But if I don't even know him yet, I'm not going to worry about his opinion. He should be the same way. He should be meeting me and saying, I hope I get along with her and I hope that I like what she's about. And
Mhm.
if I do and she likes me, then we're on. And if not, then okay.
Right,
I don't
right.
know.
Yeah, I don't you know what's funny is when I met my husband, like, I met him on OkCupid. I mean, that nothing wrong with that, and I realized that he
My friends and I call that okay, stupid.
well, I realized that he lived, like, 10 miles from me my whole life, like, just in the next county over.
How
So
odd is that?
so I messaged him, I'm like, "Hey, what's up? I really like your profile," or whatever, you know? And, I have a very strict rule is whoever I'm with has to be hilarious. They have to at least have the same kind of humor I have.
Yeah, I
And
have to
so
be able to laugh with the
yeah,
person.
absolutely.
Mhm.
And so I messaged him, and then it took, like, 2 weeks before he messaged me back, and, I now know why it took him that long, but anyway, that's his story. Uh, so he messaged me back, "I really like your profile too. You know, do I don't usually do phone calls, but do you want to call?" And I'm like, "I don't know. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I got this porn queued up. Don't watch this porn or whatever." So I said, "I hope you know I'm choosing you over porn." And he was like, "Yes." And from that, we talked for 7.5 hours on the phone.
Yeah. And see,
And
that's the best is when you can have a meeting of the minds, when you can actually
mhm,
like enjoy conversation. And I mean, that's a must have for me. Like, I have to be able to like spending time with this person.
right, right,
I
exactly.
always imagine what would happen if I got trapped in a car for like 8 hours with this person. Would I be happy and like enjoying the car ride? Or why would I be staring out into the pastures that are going
Mhm.
by, going, I wish I was out there. I wish I was out there.
My husband makes me laugh so much. Like, I watch this guy who he always starts his videos about horses with, "Hey, horsey people." That's just what he starts his videos with. And we were laying in bed, and we were, some nights we were really tired. We look at the phone instead of each other. Um, and so I'm looking at it, and he hears the video, and it says, "Hey, horse people," and he's just looking at his video. He always does this without even making a move. He's like, excuse me, we call ourselves centaurs." I'm like, Jesus Christ. Or like the other day, I told him, "I love you," and he goes skipping down the hallway, going, "Dear diary, guess what?" I'm like, "Oh my god, I can't
Yeah.
with you." But he's an engineer, and through his engineering, he has an amazing job, and he works for the French. Um, Look at my kitty. She's so cute.
She's up there cleaning her stuff.
She's mad because she's losing her winter coat. She has 3 coats and she's losing her winter one. Uh, so that's why she's so fluffy here. Oh, ow! Sorry, sorry.
I did get a nice meal, Mr. Boot. I tried the restaurant. It was really good. I didn't do dessert, but we had appetizers and, of course, the
Oh,
entrees, and it was wonderful. And it was down by the river, which is wonderful. And so all that was good. And I think he had a great time too. It's just not a love connection. It wasn't when I met him last year. So I don't know. In that way, I've kind of tried sometimes not being so rigid with my rules because I think sometimes when I dismiss people, I'm like, maybe that could have been someone that I really would have enjoyed. But when I go back and I retest my theory, it's kind of like your gut instinct is always right. So
well, and like my husband, like I knew things were right when we were talking about the relationships we'd been in, and like he'd been with a woman for quite a long time. In fact, I won't tell the whole story, but that's why it took him so long to answer because he wasn't sure if he actually wanted to get into it again. But he'd been with her for a very long time, and he'd put up with a lot of the way I look at it. I don't really think it was intentional mental abuse, but he was taken advantage of. His sweetness was taken advantage of. He's not a yes man, but she was like, "You have to go to bed at the same time I do." And we rarely ever, because he works swing shifts, like sometimes nights, sometimes days. So he sleeps when he can. But bye boots, love you. Um he
bye, Mr. Boot.
he said that she would get mad because he does these miniatures. Listen, the man works 15 hours every time he goes to work. he can build and play with whatever he wants as long as he's loyal to this marriage. That's all I care about.
Well, and that's probably why it works with you. And that, I'm glad he got away from someone so emotionally abusive and psychologically controlling.
Well, here's one for you
Um,
guys, but you didn't hear the
yeah.
rest of it.
Hmm.
She was mad because he had a hobby and she didn't.
Yeah,
She
that sounds
destroyed
par for
their
the
whole
course.
relationship over that.
Yeah, sounds par for the course.
It was
She wanted him to have her be his hobby and he would be her hobby.
mhm.
And that doesn't work for people who are normal.
I mean, right. My husband doesn't want to learn Korean, but I don't get mad at him. I speak to him in Korean. I actually call open. I mean,
Did
that's
you
just
just
stupid.
Well, and why would you not encourage the person that you're with to learn about other things that you're not learning about so they can come bring things to you the same way you bring things to them?
Let
Why
me show
would
you
you
his
not?
art. Hold on, let me go get what
Yeah.
he does. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hi, chat. It's lagging for me, so I'm probably behind. I can see where Ash said that she thinks she put some on, so you would need a link to get to it because she knows they would get a strike, whatever that was. Tilly, I hope that you're doing good. I hope that you're fine. I hope you're still here. Yeah, you're still here. Yay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Aussie Southern Belle, immature and controlling. Exactly. And that's what these abusers, the people that I've studied for the last 8 years, the narcissists, the sociopath, psychopath, malignant borderlines, that's what they are. Is what happens is later on when our brains start maturing, there's it doesn't mature. It just stays the same. So
Hi,
they
Rennie.
are um, very immature, very illogical, very irrational. All of those things just stay just as if they were, a toddler.
hmm This is what my husband does.
Okay.
He builds and
Wow.
wait. You ready for the back? Look at the
Oh
back.
my gosh, that's intricate.
Right. So these are for a game that he plays. It's a tabletop game that
And
you
he
play with. That
builds
you play
them?
with.
He
Um,
builds those?
he builds them.
Wow.
hmm
Is that like a
And he's
kit?
actually
Or did he make it himself out of things? Is it a
no. This is
kit?
a kit. It's a kit. It's a kit.
It's a kit. Okay.
There are people that he does have like a spare box of parts. So like he'll be like, this guy was supposed to have an arm, but I wanted him to have a machine gun arm, so I added machine gun. So he does do that. I mean, but he's very good at what he does, and he goes and he has fun and he games. And you know what? I love my alone time. I don't want him up under my ass the whole day, and he doesn't want me
Well,
up under his.
and then you game too. Hi, Tarot by Rennie.
Rennie, if you want a link, let me know. But I don't know if we follow each other on Twitter. But yeah, is I love when he like right now he was leaving to go game because they have a competition which he wins money for. I mean, I'm all for that. There's always a silver
Well,
lining.
and it gives you a little vacation and gives him a little vacation and he's off having fun and he comes back happy and you're like happy to see each other and yeah,
Exactly.
all of that works.
Because that's what my mom said. My parents have been married for 30 what's this year 39 years in July, and he's a truck driver. So my mom said, and he's been a truck driver the whole time they've been married, and she goes, he's home long enough for me to want him gone and gone long enough for me to want him home.
Right.
So
Right. I dated a truck
so
driver. I was with a truck driver for a little while and I kind of had that idea. Unfortunately, he had a different idea and decided to quit his job because he couldn't be away from me.
oh, thank
So
you,
that was
Sherry. Thank you.
that
She
was
said, I don't know you well, and you're young, and I'm old, and I'm an old bat, but I've been married to mine. January will be 31 years, so as long as you keep bragging on yours, your marriage will be strong and long. I love him so much.
Well, and
He's.
as long as you love each other and treat each other appropriately. When people,
Hi,
oftentimes
Amber.
when people say, I've been married for 40 years or something, my first statement isn't congratulations, it's happily. Have you been married happily that whole
Mhm.
time?
Mhm.
Because lots of people get stuck in relationships, and because there are societal things that say they shouldn't get a divorce, or they should, what about the kids and stuff like that, they stay in abuse. They
Mhm.
stay in harmful situations.
And I'll tell you what, my little sister, when she okay, let me tell you this. And Sass, you can tell me if I was wrong to get upset about this or feel the way I did. But and
I
I'd
can't
really
tell you
like
if you
your
were wrong to feel the way you did. The
well,
way you felt was the way. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong for
I
feeling
know, but
anyway.
I'd love to have your take on it. Okay. So,
Okay.
my sisters are 12 years younger than me. When they were born, when they were about 3 weeks old, my mom brought them up to school to pick me up. My mom, that's her second set of twins, so she handles twins just fine. So she brought them to school to pick me up one day because I had a doctor's appointment or something, and there was a guy in my class, and he held one of my sisters. Then he married her,
He
and
held her. What do you mean he held her?
she was 3 weeks old. He held her while my mom was getting my stuff
Oh,
ready.
held her when she was a baby.
Yeah, and then 3, 4, 5 years ago, they got married, and I was pissed. I was pissed. I was like, "This is fucking disgusting." I don't normally think that way. I don't normally care about age. Number 1, I didn't like him to begin with because he was nothing but a stoner, and I don't care about weed, you know that, but that's all he did.
Right.
But I was pissed, and he hugged me at the wedding, and he goes, "You're a good sister, and if you fuck it up, I'll chop your head off." Well, they're divorced now because he put his hands on her. Well, she's a martial artist.
She beat
He
the crap
fucked
out of
up.
him.
He put her through a wall
He put her through a wall.
unexpectedly, like she didn't see it coming. And when she was done with him, yeah,
Well,
she
that's
kicked his
self
ass.
defense. If you put her through a wall, she wasn't even looking like that. And that's what kind of people these people really are. Is they're cowards.
Mm-hmm.
They're cowards and they're bullies. Abusers are very much cowards.
Yep, I agree. And then like one day he called me and he's like, he's crying. This motherfucker's crying. Such a titty baby. Ugh. Anyway, he's
Was this
crying.
after he did this? He called you crying?
Mm-hmm.
What?
He said, I don't know how to handle her. I said, number one, motherfucker, you have called the wrong one. The wrong one, because I don't
I'm
like you to begin
surprised
with.
you answered the phone. I'm surprised that it wasn't a conversation that you will never be able to call me ever.
And
I will
I
never
told him,
answer your phone call
I
ever.
said, I told him on the phone with my mother sitting there because my mother don't like him either. I said, keep on crying, you childish fuck. You put your hands on my sister, and then you're gonna call me and tell me you don't know how to handle her. It's not your job to handle her. It's not your job to handle anybody but yourself.
Well, that language right there, that tells you that's abusive language. So,
Mhm.
like, you know, she's not with him anymore, though. She's
Oh
not
no,
with
she
him.
just got remarried to a guy that was her best friend all through school, which she should have married to begin with, and her
Well,
girls
that's
are very
awesome.
happy.
So
However,
good.
she doesn't keep the girls from their daddy. She's not that kind of girl.
Well, no, but it sounds like it should be um, a neutral party exchange between them,
It is.
and that it's just you go with your dad, and that she talks to the girls often about how they're talked to and what's said to them and how they're treated.
Mhm.
And, has that be a conversation about what's appropriate and what's not, and
In
what we look
fact
for in people and stuff.
in fact, even though she hates him, like, hates him, uh, my eldest niece came home lying about something her daddy said, and my sister, called her out on it and told her she's not allowed to lie. It doesn't matter. She's not allowed to lie about her daddy. And she said, "Did your daddy really say that, or are you just mad?" She said, "I'm just mad." And then when she questioned the man about it, he was like, he was broken that his daughter had lied like that. So I know that my sister is trying to be fair in all respects.
Well, that's good. Like my parents were married for 13 years, and then they were divorced and never even talked or saw each other, never talked on the phone. I never even met my dad for 45 years. And then they got remarried,
Mhm.
and then they were married for 3 years. And then my dad passed away last year.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, he was 94. He had a really long life, and
Woo.
I was not close to him. I said I never even met him till I was 42. He
Mhm.
wasn't the kindest person. I'm thankful for him because he's just him being back in my mom's life, she got a lot of closure and I got a lot of opportunity from it. And that was good. And I got to put a lot of things to rest myself. But he has had histrionic personality disorder. So he was a toxic person kind of. So
Right. And see, yes, Ash, she does keep a close eye on any wounds, and she's not found any bruises. And my oldest niece, she will tell on anybody and everybody, even her own mother, if her mother steps on her toe. So, I mean, she can't keep her mouth shut about anything. She is one of those. But, yeah, she has long talks about what their daddy is not allowed to do to them, and they know very much. Well, the good thing is he lives with his mother, and his mother adores those girls, and she is head of the household. There is no question. She's head of the household over everyone. So she keeps a
well, and
close
that's all that can happen is that she can, as they grow, talk to them, and especially about language too. Like I was talking about emotional abuse and psychological abuse is a lot about language. It's not necessarily that it's yelled; it's the word choices that they use. Or guilt trips are important to go over with them. Teach them about when someone is trying to make them feel guilty and trying to make them do something
eye.
by being guilty. That's a big red flag,
Yep,
you
I
know.
agree.
So, hey, Tarot by Rennie, she said she couldn't stop staring at the red lips. What's funny is when I'm out, one of my girlfriends at one point, I was talking to her and she was like a couple inches shorter than I was, and she was staring at my lips and she was like, "Okay, you're just gonna have to stop talking because even I want to kiss you right now. I just want to see what they feel like."
Are those your lips in that picture?
No, but they're very much like mine.
Oh,
They
okay.
could
I was
be
gonna say,
like I
that's a very
could if
professional.
I If I put red and glossed them up and did that, they would look like that. Like
Oh,
that's what they look like. I'm known for them. Like I've been known my whole life for my lips. So my brother's friends used to call me lips. Like it's one of those things.
are you are you having fun? Huh? She's like, "Please leave me alone. I'm trying to
Look,
clean."
and she's so balanced up there too. You could like literally like move, and
Oh yeah, she
she's just
does.
sitting up there.
Look at her, look at her, look at her, look.
Yeah. Gorgeous. Well, Rennie, my lips were a source of pain early on in my life. Like people made fun of me. Other
Oh,
kids called me bongo lips. Then
oh
the
man.
older boys called me luscious lips and took my backpack and threw it up in the tree. And I used to ask my brother to walk down to the bus stop with me because the older boys were teasing me and he wouldn't. He was just like, just ignore them. Just because, he was just like, they're just dumb. Just ignore them. And I used to cry and want thin lips like Christy Brinkley or Cheryl Tiegs. And my mom would say they wouldn't fit your face.
Oh.
So now I'm glad that I have them. And I'm like, okay, well, you know,
See,
I'm happy now.
I wish I had big lips, but I don't. I had these
You
little
know, you get the lips that fit your face. That's what my mom was trying to tell me when I was younger. And that's what I believe now. When women try and get them and inject it and stuff, it ends up looking funny.
it
It ends
does.
up looking kind of weird.
Yep. Rennie, do you want a link? I never did see your answer. I'm serious. If anybody wants up here, I really don't care. I was just bored. My best
Yeah,
friend.
come on. I can't be up here very much longer. I have to go meet someone. So,
Oh, is it another date?
uh,
Is it another date?
it is another date, except that this one, okay, so we've been friends for a very long time, a very, very, very long time.
Hmm.
And like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years. And he has a very complicated life that I am not in at all, not remotely. He is on his sixth wife that he is now divorcing. They've had an open marriage for many years, and he's had lots of women that he's been with, and etc. One of them actually, we ended up going rafting with last summer, and she spent the whole time upset because she wanted him to love her. Now she was married too, but she said she wanted him to love her, but he had slept with her friend.
Whoops.
And she was upset that he slept with her friend, even though he's married to someone else and in an open relationship. And she wanted him to be in love with her. And she was very upset about it. And the whole time she kept saying, and you know, he's in love with you. And I said, I know. And she said, well, he talks about you all the time and he tells everyone he's in love with you. And I'm like, I know. And she said, well, I said, it will never happen. He's been told it will never happen. I don't know how many fights we've gotten into because it will never happen. When he gets upset that I'm not in love with him, then he throws a little tantrum. And then if he doesn't want to talk to me for a little while, that's fine. And when he crosses the line about how he's trying to come on to me, I get mad at him and he has to apologize. That's just kind of how it is. But I'm not going to. So he and a couple of other friends of mine are at a place and messaged me to go. And I'm going to go ahead and go and have a good time. And if he gets out of line, then he won't. We're in front of other people and stuff. They all are aware of the situation. And they're all aware that it's a no. They laugh at him because he'll say things to me like, do you think it's ever going to happen? And I say, no. And he said, you're such an asshole. You're such an asshole. And I'm like, why am I supposed to tell you it will, though? That would be an asshole. Right. It's not going to, so I'm not going to mislead you. He's like, this is why we have problems. I'm like, we are not a we. you having problems. I'm just being here. I'm just doing me the same way I always do. I'm not leading you on. I'm not doing anything special.
Be like, how about we take a moment to talk about your denial?
Oh, my goodness. Hey, Rennie.
Hi.
I got it. And I'm sending it to you now. Hold on one second. Hi, Rennie. Welcome to my panel.
Happy to be here.
Yay, I love you.
I love you too.
Iridium, 20 minutes. Totally bonkers.
20 minutes before I have to take my son to school. Sorry, what did you say, honey?
I was just saying to the chat, Iridium said, oh my God, sounds bonkers. And I said, yeah, it is. I often get, just people around me where it's like, really? Are you really doing that? Really?
I get told that all the time in my real life.
Right. Rennie, I checked out a video of yours and it just so happened to be the Tinder video. Oh, that was so funny.
That was so random. I was just sitting there at night going, yeah, let's do this as a video. It's so random.
Yeah, and the one that you when you were scrolling through and the one that you went, oh, okay, and you digged into his pictures, I was like, yep, that's okay. I can get behind that one too.
But I picked like 5 out of like 35. I'm like so judgmental.
I think I only got halfway through the video. I'm sorry. But I did really, I was like, we have kind of the same taste. And my ex-husband's Tongan. So,
okay, cool.
So, yeah, he played professional rugby for the Australian Wallabies.
Oh, nice.
Jenna, you're muted.
So that's the type that I like, Rennie.
Yep. I like muscles and tattoos and I
like muscles, I like tattoos, I like gym rats. But but the thing is I have to go through a lot of them before I find the ones who really are attached. Their brain is attached to their heart,
Oh, there's like one in about 1,000 of them.
Yeah. So you have to go through a lot of, which is why I don't mind. They're pretty to look at. And then next.
Oh, I just have my way with them and then kick them out. I don't need it for anything else.
Oh my God.
I've had a couple stalkers, so I don't do that. I would love to.
Oh, well, I've got a stalker now, and he is doing my nothing, eh? I'm ready to just pull a knife. I tell you, I'm done. I'm being harassed.
Really? Do you have a stalker right now? Really?
Yeah, dead set. I was on a live the other night and he messaged me probably 25 times and he tried to ring about 5 times and he'd driven to the street next to me and he's like, oh, I'm in your next street. I want to come over. I'm like, you're not frigging coming here, man. I'm like, I'm done with you. That's it. Like, I hooked up with you. Now go away.
You know, that's the scary part is the ones who won't take no for an
I
answer.
know. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. That is
Yep.
crazy.
Mm. And that's why,
Hello.
I mean, I'm very, very, very private about like people coming to my house and things like that.
Mhm.
And I just,
Yep.
I just don't invite people. My
Oh,
neighbors
Sarah.
all know that I go places and then I come home by myself. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep. I would
what's
never
happening?
like go out and pick up a guy at a bar and bring him home or anything like that.
No, 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 no. And they just in Northern California, they just got the East Bay serial killer,
Oh.
and he actually lives just miles from me,
Mm.
and that's the second serial killer that's been like kind of in my. I guess he was just in the general area. The other one I worked with. I worked with a serial killer in my 20s. So it's kind of
Mm-mm.
like I already know that crazy people are really out there. They really are.
Mm.
I was going to tell you that
Yep.
last night when I was telling you about my brother. Like, one of the rules also is he's not allowed to know where I live yet.
Oh, I see.
Uh, because I don't want him coming up in my house and stealing my shit. That might sound petty, but he's done it before in my
Yeah, you
mom's
have
house.
to feel
So,
safe. You have to feel
mhm,
Mm.
safe. So, yeah.
so he doesn't know where I live.
I've worked with a serial
Jenna, what are
killer.
you doing?
I've worked with a bank
Jenna,
robber. I've worked with a serial killer. It's just crazy people. Just they're around.
they're everywhere. Can't
Yeah.
escape them.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, Ash, the serial killer that I worked with, was an ex-Miami police officer, and he was caught in
What?
Nevada. That was when I lived in Nevada.
Sorry, I'm here.
Wow.
I'm the official cigarette giver of the family here. People are trying to quit, so I have the power.
Ash is asking which
Oh,
one. David Middleton. His name's David Middleton. His serial killer nickname was the Cable Guy.
Oh.
what? Are you serious?
Yeah, he was a Miami police officer, and he had been charged with rape, and then he left Miami and traveled across the country and killed a couple women in Colorado, and then went to Reno, and then he worked at the cable company I worked with, and he and I were the only ones who worked 10 to 7. I
Oh
was
shit!
on the phones and he was an installer. And the installers, they have them do their last call at 6 o'clock so that they would, so that, for instance, like he was the only one that worked 10 to 7, but their last call was always an hour before they came their end of shift. So that they had 30 minutes to do the install and then 30 minutes to get back to the place and turn in their paperwork and stuff like that. I was on the phones. So I worked 10 to 7, and if I got a phone call at like 6:58, I had to stay on the phone till it was done because I was in sales. So of course they want me selling. So it wouldn't matter if I came out at 7:15, if I came out at 7:45, he would always be lingering in the parking lot waiting for me.
Oh my god, that's
And
terrifying.
Oh hell!
well, I didn't know. I mean, because I didn't know he was a serial killer then. I just thought he was weird. He was weird. And I did, when I would pass him in the hallways and I would say hi to him because I'm really cheery and like, hi. And he would like look through his eyelashes at me and just kind of grunt. And he was really weird. I just knew him as really weird, really weird. Well, then this lady, Catherine, was killed, his last victim. And when they came after him and found out it was him and arrested him, Inside Edition was in the parking lot at work. I mean, we had to have conferences, like you say,
Full
no
on.
comment, and stuff like that. And it was just crazy. And it was like, yeah, he's a serial killer. Yep.
What?
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
Sass,
freaky.
go look at your DM right quick, Sass. I sent you a picture of me and my husband.
Okay.
Mm. Yeah, that's insane. In fact, like the man that delivered my sisters, he just got caught in Arizona. He ran for sexually abusing all of his grandsons. It's disgusting. And he delivered babies. Ugh,
Mm,
Oh my gosh.
that's freaky.
that's disgusting. My mom was heartbroken because she loved him. Like, he delivered my sisters, but not the rest of us because my brothers were born in Atlanta. I was born in Michigan. But oh,
Oh, my son has just woken up, and I like get all like gooey when they just wake up in the mornings because they just look so cute. So I've just gone in, and my son is just woken up, and he has that really cute, like I've just woken up face, and I just want to smush him.
Oh, sorry, my computer keeps freezing. Sorry.
My baby boy.
You know the song that you thought was gay?
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's so
Can I
cute.
sing it?
Hey,
Can I sing it while they sing it?
can you sing it when I get off? Is that all right? I love you.
Okay, you guys, I can't find out how to come back.
What do you mean?
Like my screen changed to now it's my home screen for my phone, and I can't find where to go back in so that I can see you.
Do you have an iPhone or an Android?
An Android, and I opened it up and I went to Hangouts because I thought it was it, and it wouldn't let me, and then it said, wait, and now I tried to, oh, got it.
Yay!
Yay, good.
Oh,
Okay,
Found
good.
us.
good job, good job.
Okay, now I figured that out because wow, I was like, how do I ever get back?
Guy sang like a girl.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's so cute.
That's how he sings. He doesn't really talk like a girl.
Oh, was he just pretending?
Yeah, that's how he sings.
Oh, okay, cool.
I love the accents. I really love the accents. Australian accents and British accents are just like, the bomb.
Yeah,
I
I
wanna
love
tell you
British
something.
accents.
Australia people. Last night I had a dream about spiders, and they were big.
Oh yeah,
We were
they're
talking about
huge.
spiders in the chat, and I had
They're
a
like
dream
as
that
big
they were
as your
like,
hand. They're like as big
I
as your
had-
hand here. I'm not even kidding.
Well,
I had
and
a dream
not just
there
that,
were three.
in Australia they have funnel web spiders that chase you down.
Oh yeah, no, we have huntsmans. Huntsmans, they chase
That's
you.
what I dreamed
They're
about.
chasers.
That's what I dreamed about.
Yep, they do. They chase you. You can like throw a shoe at them, and they'll like get back up and just start chasing you.
Oh my goodness, no. And those are the ones, they're not even fuzzy. Those are the ones that are all spindly and all like
That's
weird
the ones who
looking.
look like
Yeah.
their legs are broken.
Yep,
Mm-mm.
yep, they're creepy. Creepy.
This is the stuff of
I
nightmares.
think they're cute.
Okay. Like my best friend, she's moving here to where I am, right? And we have the biggest wolf spider in the United States. Our state does, and they are also aggressive. They will chase you down.
Yeah, we have wolf spiders too.
Ours are like this big.
Yeah, they're massive. They're as big as bird-eating spiders here. They're huge.
Well, ours aren't that big. Thank
They're
God.
huge.
Yeah,
They're as big as your
can't handle
face.
that. Like even I thought about going to because when I was married to my ex-husband, obviously his family's in New Zealand, but obviously he loves Australia, and he was like, "You have to come." And the more that I looked at Australia, I'm like, okay, the top poisonous spiders, the top poisonous snakes, the top poisonous anything is right there on that piece of property.
Oh
So
my God, why am I talking
crazy.
to myself? I just looked up how a huntsman spider moves, and now I'm gonna cry.
Oh
They?
yeah,
I
they're
didn't know they were
bad.
that big. Oh
Yeah,
my
they're
God.
huge. They're huge.
No, but Rennie, what about the spiders you have that are called brown spiders and they're really tiny, but they're really poisonous?
Oh, they're called redbacks.
And
Oh no.
they're little.
They're tiny, and they've got a red stripe on their back. They're what you call the black widows. We call them redbacks, but they're tiny, tiny,
They're not
tiny.
tiny here.
Yeah, and they
No,
hide
they're not.
under the lips of things and like
On the
under
toilet.
chairs.
On the
Yeah,
toilet.
I found one in my bathroom the other day. It was the biggest one that I'd seen, and it was underneath my cupboard.
Yo, we were at the stables the other day, and we went to put a saddle on a horse, right? What we didn't know is there was a fucking rattlesnake curled underneath the saddle. But for some reason, luck of the draw, we put it on the horse, right? Not even knowing. When we went to walk away, we could see it under the back lip of the saddle. We had to be so fucking careful taking the saddle
And
off
knock
and getting
the
rid of
saddle
it.
off, yeah.
God, it was terrifying.
Aussie Southern Belle just said she saw more snakes when she lived in Florida than she's ever seen in Australia. I believe that.
I do
I
believe
don't
that.
go to Florida because they have like cockroaches as big as your hand,
We
and
have
they have
palmetto
lots
bugs
of
here.
flying bugs and insects and
I can't
spiders and everything. They have
Yeah, we have
everything.
flying bugs, we have flying cockroaches, we have these thing called Christmas beetles, and they fly like around Christmas time in the hundreds, and they will just like come at you. It's
we
horrible.
my
Do they
parents
bite?
No, they just make this horrible noise. And
And they
then
fly at your head?
they've got these hooks, so when they like land on you, they hook their legs into your flesh,
oh,
and you got to like rip it out.
ande.
Oh no.
So like
Ugh.
in my parents' town, they live like they bought 12 acres of trees, and it's just stupid because I don't know why, but anyway, we have woodland scorpions, and
Hi,
they'll get in the
Kimberly.
house, and they're only about like this big, right? Okay. But and even if you're allergic to their sting, the worst it'll do is make you throw up. I mean, it's not like it'll kill you, but when they have teeny tiny pinchers, and it always says the tinier the pincher, the biggest
Because you're a good singer.
jolt of venom or whatever. But anyway, I've been pinched by them, which hurts way more than getting stung by them. Oh, it sucks. Mm-mm. Ash, the red
Yeah, we
kangaroo.
have
I was talking about that
scorpions.
to you
So.
last night. Oh,
Oh, the
oh,
kangaroos. And, people think koalas, they're just these cute
I
things.
heard they're mean.
Koalas will rip your face off.
Yeah.
Really?
Wombats
Mm-hmm.
are
Oh,
adorable.
yeah.
Wombats
Koalas
are
will take your
adorable.
face right off.
Well, we're not supposed to really we can just leave them alone and look at them,
Right.
and they'll be cute, and then we
Mm-hmm.
can just leave them alone.
Exactly.
Except my favorite picture is when the forests were burning and that fireman was helping that koala drink some water.
Oh,
Kimberly,
yeah.
hi,
Wasn't that
Kimberly.
gorgeous? Oh,
It
that was
was.
so cute. That photo just melted me.
And you could tell he like desperately didn't want to
Yep.
attack because he desperately needed help.
Mm-hmm.
A
Yeah.
small
Yeah.
Yeah, kangaroos, they can grow about 6-7 feet.
ande.
Yeah,
They're
I was
huge.
telling someone, Rennie, they have like claws that are like 4 or 5 inches long
Yep.
too.
Yep.
Like,
Love
they're
that.
you don't just walk up to wildlife.
Oh no.
Don't just walk up thinking they're just going to be
Renee, did you
friendly.
see Aussie?
Nah.
She said, "Why are you
They'll
trying to
actually
scare away our tourist?"
they actually, and because they get up on their back legs, they actually will punch you. Like kangaroos
Yeah.
I
will
saw that.
punch you.
I was
Yeah,
saying
that's
last
why they
night.
used to do that thing like boxing kangaroos and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Mhm.
There's that
But
video
if they
online of that red kangaroo, like with the 6-pack, like bowing up on the sliding glass doors, like trying to
Yes,
get it.
yeah, he's in the Northern Territory. He crushes
Terrifying.
cans. He's like machine.
That's terrifying. Is he wild?
No,
Yes,
he's
he's
got an
wild.
owner. No, he's got an
Oh
owner. He's got an
no.
owner.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
he will hug his owner, and he's like 7 feet, that kangaroo.
I
Oh
did
He's
it.
my
taller than his
goodness.
owner.
Ash,
Mm.
I haven't seen
And
that. We send it.
clearly the guy had to have raised him from like a baby, from a
Yeah, he
joey.
did. He did. He
Because
found him as a joey.
yeah,
Oh,
because
Yeah.
kangaroos just out there hopping around. You don't just walk up to them and like think everything is going to be cool.
And we've
Like,
got kangaroos hopping around everywhere out here.
right, but you don't just run up to them
Yeah.
and go,
No,
hi.
you don't. No.
mm.
No,
Hi, I
I
want
mean
a hug. I
I've
want a
had
hug.
I've had them hit my car a few times, and it's because what they do is in the dark, if they see the light, they'll just come running out of the bush and they'll just run straight into the front of your car.
Mm-hmm.
And because they're like 200, 300 pounds, when that hits your car, you're screwed.
Oh, but
Yeah.
listen.
It's awful.
My
It's
mom and
like
I.
deer.
Yeah, but listen, my mom and I were going down the road one day, and we have a problem with deer. I mean, we live in the country, we live in farm country, so we have a problem with deer. But we were going down the road, and a cop turned his light on behind us, and we go to pull over, and he speeds past us. So we're like, okay, well, he obviously is going somewhere. So we just keep going down the road. Next thing we know, we get over the hill, and we see the lights, and we're like, oh, this must be where he was going. Going down the hill, everything from the engine forward was gone. And
Oh.
a deer buck head was in his backseat.
Oh my
Whoa.
God.
And the poor cop was standing there, like outside of his car. You could tell he was in shock because he was standing there going, I just got this car. I'm in so much trouble. I just got this patrol car. And so we stayed with him until his partner, I mean, his other cops and the ambulance got there because we were worried about his mental state. I mean, he'd hit this deer head on and it took out almost all of his front end of his car.
Well,
He
and
wasn't
remember
hurt.
what I was saying about like trauma and the brain. He's in shock clearly, but that kind of trauma out of nowhere instantly impacts the brain.
Right.
Instantly.
That's true. It's okay, Jenna.
Yep.
Talk when you can. Yeah, because
She's muted.
and she said there's a lot of
Oh
people in her
no.
house right now.
And
Oh, yeah,
she has
true.
a sad face. She has a sad face. Jenna, you talk.
She said there's too many people at her house right now.
They're bumming her for cigarettes. They're trying to
when I
steal
can.
her cigarettes.
And it was so funny
She's
because
dealing with cigarette thieves.
but you know what, Sass, here's a story for you. Okay, so with a deer, my sister hit a deer, right? And in farm country you handle these things a little bit differently. All right, you get out. Sometimes you'll get out and move the deer out of the road. And sometimes you'll get out and put it out of its misery. Well, so there was a deer, my sister hit it, my nieces were in the car, and it went up over the car and it shit on the car. I mean, that's what happens. And when they looked behind, it was still alive. It was trying to get up. Its back was broken, obviously. Well,
my
there was a vet. There was a vet right behind her going to a farm call in the middle of the night. Just so happened she was behind there, and she was going to put a cow down. So she already had the euthanasia medicine. So she went in the road and put the deer out of its misery.
Oh, that's so good.
Well, its back was broken. It wasn't going to survive.
Yeah, put it out of its misery. Exactly.
Yeah.
But put it out of its misery.
I thought you said no.
Yeah.
She did. She put it out of its misery.
No,
Yeah,
that's
it's
awesome.
great. Yeah.
Yeah. So my little niece at the time, she was not traumatized at all. She made this video. Well, my sister made this video of her pretending to talk to her grandpa on the phone. And at the time, she was like 2 years old. And she was like, "Yeah, Pop, Mom hit a deer and the poo poo. And there was poo poo. And the poo poo was on the car. And there were butterflies in it." And you know what's so strange? I wish C. Maria was in here because she goes, "There were butterflies in it." She said she saw the butterflies and no one else saw the butterflies. And she swears to this day that when that vet pet the deer, which is what they told her the vet was doing, like making it go to sleep, because she was only like 3 at the time. She said as soon as that vet touched the deer and pet the deer, she saw butterflies. No one else saw it.
See, there's so much weird stuff like that, like where children see things that we don't or say things. Have you ever looked at the YouTube videos where it says the things that my child scared me saying or something like that, where parents record their kids saying things that are really freaking freaky? Like the kid, like a 4-year-old looking at his dad and saying, "You're just lucky that I don't go in with a knife and stab you when you sleep."
What?
Like what? What?
My mom said one time she went in to wake me up, right? She said I was about 6 or 7. She went in to wake me up and I would not get up for school. Totally dead to the world. And so she goes in there and she says, "Tiffany, wake up right now." She says, "Tiffany, I kid you not, you sat up as slow as you could. You looked directly at me and you said, 'Leave her alone.'"
Whoa.
And my mom said, "Needless to say, you didn't go to school that day." And I was like, "I guess not."
Yeah.
I was like, "That's scary as fuck." Leave her alone.
Ash just said people are who's misbehaving, Ash?
No one's misbehaving.
Hi, Fabio.
Hi, Fabio. Thank you. I haven't seen you in here before, so welcome. Yeah, that's scary. And that kid that knows his past lives, and they actually researched what he was saying, and they found the woman that he said he was in a past life.
Yeah, I've seen heaps of those stories. Heaps of kid stories that remember their previous lives. It's incredible.
I think it's amazing.
It's fascinating.
Oh, it is amazing. I find that just so fascinating.
It's the details. Like, how do they know the details? Like, how would they even know that?
Like that kid, he said that he was I think he said he was a black woman named Pam or something like that. And they actually looked up all the details and they found that she actually did die in an apartment fire in Chicago, which he said, I died in an apartment fire because I tried to jump out of the building and I died. And he was still a kid, like still in elementary school. They looked up all the details and they found a woman in Chicago who had jumped out of an apartment because it was on fire and she died because of the jump.
Yeah, I heard that story.
Wow.
I also heard another one which was just like I was bawling. This little boy had said, I think he was about 8, and he'd said that he had died. He had fought in the army and he had died. And he said like he was shot in the stomach and he bled out and he died on the field, and he kept saying what his name was. So his parents did research and found the name of the person that the son claimed to be. What they did was they printed off about 10 photos of different people, and he pointed out the person that he was. And he burst into tears, and they took him to his grave, like this man's grave. They found where he was, and the child ran and just sobbed for his life. And it was the saddest thing I'd ever seen.
That's
Wow.
insane. One time I was in my grandmother's house and my sister's like, remember I said I was 12 when my sisters were born. I think my sister was still an infant, so I was either still 12 or like 13 or something. But I was laying in this dark room and my father's parents died before they were born. Well, my dad was my grandmother's baby. He was the youngest and he was the most spoiled. And in because of that, I was her baby's firstborn, so I was spoiled. And to this day, I still smell cigarettes like she's smoking in here because that's what she died from. And well, complications from it anyway. But so I'm laying there in my mother's house, and I'm rocking my sister to sleep in the extra bedroom, and it's dark. My sister was old enough to be able to wave and laugh and smile and things like that. She starts laughing and waving in a dark room. I got
Whoa.
upset.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, well, kids are extra sensitive to pick up things that we can't see. I mean, I can see, because I'm an empath, I can see spirit and I can communicate with spirit. But I couldn't do that until I was probably in my 20s. So I never was able to do that. And then little things would happen and it was like, oh, okay, this is odd. But then I just embrace it, and it's good because I can get messages to other people, and sometimes people need that. They need that closure that they never got.
okay.
So I think it's a really good thing to have. Like, I
I'm
embrace
told,
it.
I've been told since I moved here, basically over the last 8 years, I've been told by people, strangers usually, that I'm a light worker, that I have white light around me and stuff, that I influence people with my energy and stuff like that.
Yeah,
My
it's
best friend.
important to have a positive energy and a good aura. People see that.
Let me ask you what you think about this, Rennie. My best friend. Okay, I had a cat a long time. Well, not a long time ago, a couple years ago, that passed away, and he was my baby. He's my best friend, my shadow, everything, like everything. And she called me and she said, "Where's the pillow?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" Now she lives states away from me. In fact, she's moving here next week. Yes, but
Yay.
she right now lives states away from me. And I said, "What do you mean?" And she said, "Where's Bevo's pillow?" Bevo was his name. And I had a window seat for him and it had his pillow on it. And I said I threw it away because he had an accident the night before he died. And she said he's mad. I never told her
Mm.
that I had thrown that pillow away. And that was his spot. Like you could look for him anywhere in the house and you would find him on that pillow.
Yeah.
And then
Wow.
so she delivers babies and does operating and things like that. So I tell her, I'm like, you have such a great gift. Like, that's amazing. And she said, no, working in a hospital, it is the scariest, most saddest, heaviest thing that she's ever had to deal with.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, because I was like, I wish I could. She goes, believe me, some days I wish I could never do this.
It's horrible for people like us to go to places where there are multiple multiple spirits, and a hospital is obviously a feeding ground for that because people pass away so much.
Mhm.
I know when I went to an abandoned jail where they would put people to death a lot, and I could sense from the outside of the jail that it was just inundated with souls that haven't crossed over. And when I walked through the gates, I just felt such like this energy that was just, it just took over me completely. I was feeling angry one minute, sad the next minute, happy the next minute. Like I was just, it was horrible. And I felt like I needed to go into the cells, and it was obviously pitch black because it was night, and I would close myself in there and I would just try to, I guess, feel like what the spirits that were in the cells, you know, what they were still doing there, you know, why they couldn't leave. And it was just so, it was so sad. And I captured some amazing spirits on camera that night, but it was so emotional. Like I remember when I was going home, I had to get driven home because I just cried. I cried the whole way home. It was so sad.
She says that when she has to take a patient or a baby down to the morgue, that she has to walk directly in the middle of the hallway. She says if she walks next to the walls, she feels sick.
Mm,
She says she thinks that they're in the walls.
mm,
But she says if she walks directly down the middle of the hallway, she's fine.
yeah. Yep. Yep.
That's strange.
Yeah. It's overwhelming. I mean, I could only imagine her having to deal with that on a daily basis. That would just be overwhelming. Overwhelming.
Yeah, because one of the patients that she has, of course, that's the only information I'll give, but she did not survive the pain she put on herself. I'll put it that way. But when she tried to and successfully ended her life, she went into labor.
Oh.
And they had to deliver the baby. And she said, and then she was the one that had to take the girl downstairs.
That is I just
She said
can't
she went home that
imagine.
day. She kept like she says, I went down there, I put her in there, I signed her off because that's what they have to do to give it, chain of custody. And she said, I went in the bathroom, I puked for an hour, and then I went home.
Yeah. Yeah, see, because when I was thinking, like, I wanted to be a nurse, and then, because I'm very, very naturally very maternal, and I'm very nurturing, and I'm very compassionate. That's just me. Like, I'm just such a giver.
Mm-hmm.
And I really felt like being a nurse would be really good for me. But then I thought, nah, I couldn't do it because I would spend all my days crying and I'd be useless to the patients. I wouldn't be any good to them because I would just cry. Like I know me too well. I would. I'd bawl.
I mean, for more than that reason, same. I mean, I would cry for a completely different reason, but yeah, I get way attached. I couldn't have that detachment,
Same.
Y'all, I have to drop out and I'm really late going, but they're messaging me still.
I love you.
Love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye, chat.
Bye, Sass.
Have a great day, honey.
Thanks, Rennie. Nice speaking with you.
You too, babe.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Yeah, that I want, some part of me wants to be able to do that because I never got to say bye to my grandma, but I really do think that she's here. Because I smell smoking all the time and no one in our house smokes.
See, when I came into chat, when I came onto the panel, I don't like this when this happens. I don't have any control and I don't like it at all. But when I first came onto the panel, I could see an old woman standing behind you, and I was going to say to you, there's an old woman behind you, but I didn't want to scare you, so I just didn't say anything.
Okay, tell me, is she short or tall?
She's quite tall.
Okay. Yeah.
She's like really tall. Like I would expect someone a lot littler, but she is very, very tall. Yeah, she's not what you'd expect from an older lady.
She liked to project herself as bigger than she was, Don't you think that
She just has an extremely
I get that.
boisterous personality. Like she was very, very, very like she liked to be the center of attention, I feel, and she
Correct.
was like she liked to be heard. She had to be
Correct.
heard constantly. And she's really like, I think she wanted to get my attention. She's really trying to get my attention. It's like, I can't give you my attention right now. I have to take my son to school. But I just said to her before, look, we'll pick this up later. Because I think she may want me to do an angel reading for you, because I think she might have some messages for you. That's just
Aw.
what she's kind of giving me. So I think
Mhm.
she wants me to have a
She probably wants to know when I'm going to give her great grandbabies.
no, she does. She has some messages, so I feel like we need to do a panel when I can get my cards out. Because
Absolutely.
yeah, I feel like she definitely does. She does. She's just told me she does. Yep. Okay. There's no like, can you? It's yeah, I want this happening. Is that right? Like she's
Mhm.
demanding. She's very
Mhm.
telling me.
This is
I'm
why her
being
and my mother
told what
never
to
get along.
do. Stop it. Stop telling me what to do, woman.
This is why my mother and her never got along. In fact, she died on my mother's birthday.
Wow.
My mom said, "I know that bitch did it on purpose."
Oh, bless her heart.
Before you have to go, I'll tell you why. Because my grandmother used to keep me and go get my pictures taken for Christmas, and my mother said, "Do not cut her hair," because she cut my hair the previous year, "and do not put her in any stupid ass dress." My grandmother cut my hair and put me in the stupidest dress she could find, had my pictures taken, and gave it to my mother for Christmas. Hashtag Junghyun. But you know of Junghyun? 진짜? 정말이요? Uh, Junghyun is a performer that passed away in December.
Oh.
From Korea, he killed himself.
Depression and things like that. It's just so common. It's just like every second person struggles with it in this day and age. It's heartbreaking.
Mhm. American
Heartbreaking.
woman, 진짜요? 정말요? 샤워입니까?
What is that language?
Korean.
Oh.
Are you a 어떡해? Are you a shawo? Oh my god. I have not met any shawos ever on these panels. What?
I only speak English.
Oh, shawo is actually English. Hi, Willow. Shaw stands for shiny, which is the group that he was in, and wall means world, so shawo. So
Oh
shiny
wow.
world. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. He it's a bad situation when
Crazy.
it comes to suicide in Korea. So
It's a bad situation everywhere. Like I know a few people that have committed suicide, and it's awful. It's
right.
just awful. It's just, like I've been depressed many times in my life, but I've never been so depressed that I wanted to die.
Either, because I heard someone tell me one time, your life does not belong to you, it belongs to everyone else. Your death does not happen to you, it happens to everyone else.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
truly believe that. It's, and I don't, listen, I don't speak on suicide that way. Like, I don't condemn them. I don't, people do what they do, and I have no control over that. But I will say, from my own personal belief and feeling, is that I could not do that to the
Mm.
people that love me.
It's a very selfish act, but it's also for some people just very, very needed, that they can't go on. And who are we to judge their mindset? We're not in their mind.
Exactly.
We don't know what they were thinking every day.
But I will tell you,
So
for
yes,
me,
it's
I won't do
selfish,
that.
but it's sad.
It is sad. It is very sad.
It's a bittersweet. It's really is. Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
Life's challenging. It's hard, and that's why it devastates me to see so much hate and arguing on this platform, because real life is hard enough to deal with, on a daily basis, than coming on here and having to be hated on and seeing people cry and seeing people doxing. And I just can't understand it, and I will never understand it. I will never understand that. I
And
just
the hard
wish
thing
this
is that
platform was more loving. Like, it needs to be more loving. It needs to be more, like a peaceful, nurturing place, not this horrible bullying playground that it's become.
And the thing is that we don't know what's actually going on in people's lives. Hold on a moment.
Exactly.
Hold on.
Hi, Jenna. What are you doing?
Oh, a whole lot of nothing.
A whole lot of nothing.
Yep.
Yep, I've still got to make lunch. I've got to make school lunch. I have to get the uniforms out. I have to pack a bag. I have to get out of my pajamas. It's just a whole big thing. But I feel like going to the thrift store, so I might go to the thrift store after I drop my boy at school.
Oh, that sounds
And then I have to come home and homeschool. Woohoo!
Yay!
Yeah, you can sing your song, baby. I'm coming in about 2 minutes, okay? And then you can sing. He just wants to sing. He wants to sing to me. God, he's cute. Oh, I don't like dropping him at school. It's the worst part of my day, because I miss him.
Yeah.
Miss him so much. And then when I drop him at school, I'm like, I love you so much. And he's like, don't say that until when we get out of the car. Do not embarrass me. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. Don't hug me. Don't kiss me. Don't touch me when we get out of this car, woman.
Right, you're just mom.
Yeah, I'm like, but I love you and I just want to kiss you.
I said I'm leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm right here.
Yeah, I always get excited when it's 3 o'clock because I get to go pick him up. And I'm like, oh, I get to go pick him up. I've missed him. And then yesterday, we're walking to the car and I'm like, God, I've missed you so much. And he goes, I know, Mum. You tell me every day. Well, I'm sorry, son.
Right?
Oh, God. Oh, the joys. Yeah. Love it, love it.
Sorry, guys. I'll be there in a second. Uh-huh.
Oh.
Getting those phone calls. Can't they tell you're busy already?
I know, right? Oh, goodness gracious me. Oh, wasn't yesterday a nightmare on here? Oh, my God.
It's been a nightmare for
Just
a week
on
now.
YouTube. Yesterday was particularly just a horrible day.
Yeah.
I went to bed at like 8 o'clock last night. I was exhausted. And I wasn't even part of it. I just watched.
Minnie, I'm just kidding.
I just kept on going into people's streams going, hi, I'm here. I'm flipping between streams, just sitting quietly in the corner.
Right?
There were so many streams going at once, I didn't know which one to watch.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm done for the night. Gonna go watch TV or something.
You watch TV? What are you watching? What are you going to watch?
Oh, no, not now. Last night.
Oh, yeah. What did you watch? Anything exciting?
Sorry, guys. If you guys need to go, I understand, but I'll be done in just a second.
You're all right.
Oh, I watched Westworld.
What is that?
It's a HBO show.
Yeah. Never heard of it. Oh yeah.
Interesting.
No, what did I watch last night? I can't even remember. Oh, that's right. I was listening to this 2-hour ASMR crime thing. It was full on.
Yeah.
And then I fell asleep. I'm old. I can't stay awake late these days. I just want to go to bed.
Don't appreciate that guilt trip.
I wasn't giving you a guilt trip.
No, I'm being asked for a cigarette, so.
Spit on it and then give it to him.
Ooh, yeah.
How funny.
And I have to look for the right pack because there's like 3 packs.
I'm so jealous just how cheap cigarettes are over there.
Compared to there, yeah.
It's just a joke. Like every time I buy a packet, it's like, yep, $45. Oh, thanks.
I didn't know, Mom.
And how many cigarettes are in a packet over there?
Well, I pay $45 for a pack of 40.
That's insane.
So they're over $1 each. They're over $1 each. Yeah. Our government have just gone crazy.
Oh,
It's like, so packet of 20s are $25, packet of 30s, $35. It's just, it's a joke.
Holy shit.
yeah.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Like, I'm going to have to quit and go on a vape because I can't afford it anymore.
Yeah.
It's killing me. It's killing me. And I mean, just where I live, I pay $1,600 a month where I live. Like
really want you to quit
$1,600 a
smoking.
month. So I have to quit smoking.
Yeah. That's their plan.
I got fuel yesterday and it cost me $1.60 a litre.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, it is so expensive to live here. It is just not acceptable. I just want $1 store. Just one. You know, just $1 store. That's all I'm asking.
Right.
It's not acceptable. Cheapest place we have is like Kmart. We just go to Kmart.
Jeez.
You can find things there for like $2 sometimes.
Mm.
So I just love thrift shopping. It's so fun.
I'm not a fan of
So
shopping.
there's so many germs. Oh, I just don't like going like out because of the germs people breathe at me.
Right? Stop sharing my air.
I want to live in a bubble. I really do. I don't like sharing my oxygen with others.
Okay, Jesus.
It's contaminated.
Wait, what?
I'm just saying how my oxygen's contaminated by other people's germs.
Well, it's okay.
That's why I don't like going out.
Oh man. Aussie, yes. And I want you to know that that's what I dreamt about last night because I saw Aussie's comment is huntsman spiders coming after me. In my dream, they're a lot bigger than they are really. But then I saw that video and I was like, nope, I need to just mark Australia off the list because that's just.
I'm going to send you one. I'm going to send you one.
It's okay. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to
send you one in a packet.
I'll send you a box of something, but it'll be scary. It'll be so scary you'll cry.
Won't be as scared as you opening a huntsman that jumps at you. Try to kill it, I dare you.
Oh my God, no, how do you kill those? How do you step on those?
You literally, you have to, like, and even if, you know, when you get like the Raid, you know, like spider spray, you can spray them like half a friggin' thing on it and it'll just like cough a bit and then it'll just keep running. It doesn't do anything, eh?
You said it'll cough a bit.
Yeah, it does. You can see it kind of like, oh yeah, I'm coming at you. Even covered in this white foam, it still comes after you. It's like, will you die?
Chris Hemsworth, he was on an interview and they showed a video of him at his home in Australia and there was a snake in the living room and it was a wild snake and the guy was like, "Wait, you didn't go and get rid of the snake?" He's like, "Why am I going to get rid of the snake? He's just chilling. Like
Yeah.
that's fine." And he's like, "Wait, you actually left the snake in there?" He's like, "Yeah, what's wrong with it? It's fine. He's fine." I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
hell no." Hell no.
Well, the only way that I kill huntsmans is I'll flatten them with a shoe to the point where they can't run as fast, and then I'll get tissues and I'll pick it up and I'll squash it in my hand so that I know that I can feel it like squish, and then I know they're dead then.
No. Hold on, let me show you our scariest spider. Let me find it. Hold on real quick. Here,
I'm coming, Bubba.
Oh, you
All
gotta
right, you
go.
can wait there. Hang on. No, sorry. I'll look at this and then I'll go.
Okay, hold on.
He's dying to sing to me. He wants me to hear his glorious voice.
All right. Hold it. Let me
He's
get
the best
this
voice.
in a new tab, and then I'm gonna screen share. So give me 1 second. You ready?
Yeah.
This is the Carolina wolf spider. It is.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't look as scary as huntsman's. That's
not
easy.
at
That'd
all.
be easy to kill.
Not at all, but it is terrifying. Now I'm gonna stop presenting because I know some people don't like spiders. So.
Yeah. Well, they definitely wouldn't want to live here.
So scary, so scary. You can
Adorable.
stop now. You can
It's
stop now, Sonia. It's
adorable.
not up there anymore.
All right, I'm going to go so I can let my boy sing to me while I get him in his
Aw,
uniform.
So cute. What's he gonna sing to you?
I don't know. He's found this appallingly atrocious song on YouTube that I listened to last night and was absolutely appalled at, so I walked away. Well, apparently he's learnt the lyrics and now wants to sing it, so that's just great.
The spider is gone, guys. No worries. The picture of the spider is gone.
Oh, God. All right, gorgeous girls. I will talk to you soon.
Okay,
Love you,
guys.
Annie.
Love you.
Have a great night. Love you. Bye.
Bye. Oh my God, no. I mean, have you seen how big the huntsmen are? How can you actually step on one? No.
Cute.
No, and look, like the Carolina huntsmen, the moms carry their babies on their backs. So if you step on them, hundreds of spiders.
Yeah. I've seen that. I find it funny. It's like they look like this big fuzzy spider, and you touch it, and all of a sudden you got thousands of little itty bitty spiders. Okay, I'll stop.
Where are you? Are you in the vicinity of the Carolina wolf spider?
No, I'm on the coast of Oregon.
Oh, well, let me tell you. The scorpions
No,
also
they
carry their
have
babies on
wolf
their
spiders here. And I lived in Arizona for a while, and in Phoenix and Idaho, where they have these wolf spiders too. Not as big, but yeah, I've seen them.
We have bobcats, and the first night that we moved from Atlanta to where my parents bought like trees for some god awful reason, I was terrified. I'm used to street lights. We live near the airport. I'm used to hearing the airplanes, and now I'm stuck in the middle of the woods, and I don't hear anything. And the street light doesn't work. It's dark. It's pitch black. 12 years old. I go outside to get something out of the car. Didn't want to go outside. No. My husband is terrified of bugs. Okay. So I go outside and I hear this screaming. I mean, atrocious screaming. And it sounded like a woman. So I run inside. I'm like, Daddy, there's like a woman and she's screaming in the woods. And he's like, oh no, baby, that's just a bobcat. And I'm like, I don't understand what part of that was supposed to make me feel better. There's a bobcat out there and it's screaming. Then when my sisters were young and we were on the back porch and we were cooking out, the bobcats are actually protected in my parents' town. So unless they are causing you harm. So we're out there and we're cooking out. My little sisters were in their walkers on the back porch, and this bobcat thought, there goes a snack. And it's mobile. So it starts coming up, and it's a lone male. And the male starts coming up. My brother runs in the house, grabs a gun, shoots it right between the eyes. Then you have to call the fucking national, whatever, the tree people. And so we had to call them and tell them there was a dead bobcat. And my sister-in-laws mini pen got tore apart by a bobcat.
Oh, damn.
And then
Well,
my three-legged cat got tore apart by a coyote. So,
we have cougar here.
mm-mm.
Oh, yeah.
Cougars are the only cats. There is a video. Oh my God. Okay. There's a video of this guy and he went bow hunting. He
Uh-huh.
was in his stand. He was in his blind, right? It was on his property. And he was following all bow hunting laws. I just want to get that out there. It was bow hunting season. He had permits, everything. So nothing awry here.
Right.
He was hunting deer. Well, here comes a bobcat. And not a bobcat, a mountain lion. And he is staring at him. And mountain lions are screamers. You know that.
Yep.
And they're also the only cats the big cats that can retract their claws. And they're also the only big cats that purr naturally.
Yep.
So they do this stare, and it's unlike any other big cat you've ever seen. They stare at you, and then they get down, and they make themselves look relaxed. And they make themselves look like they have no interest in you at all. And they will stalk you and stalk you and stalk you, unlike a tiger or a lion, where if you look at them, they'll run away most of the time. They don't care. They don't give a shit. They'll stare you down. They don't care. And this mountain lion stalked him for over an hour. He did not shoot, and he was in Canada. They're not allowed to have sidearms during bow hunting season, so he did not have any way to scare it away.
Mhm.
So he didn't shoot it until the very, very end. And he kept saying on the video, God, please just go away. I don't want to shoot you. I don't want to shoot you. And when it went to attack him, and he shot it. And I was like, that is terrifying, because that thing stalked him for an hour. In his face. It wasn't like he was hiding. It was in his face. I was
yeah.
Those cats
I
are
find him adorable. I want to go pet him.
But on Big Cat Derek, he has a mountain lion. Her name is Sass.
Yes. I love Cassie. I am absolutely enamored with her.
She says,
those squeaks. Oh my God. I didn't even know that they could squeak like that until I started watching him. And I'm like, I fell in love.
Wait, we should show them
in
Cass.
absolute love.
You guys want to see Cass?
Oh, yes, please.
I will. Let me find her. Go ahead.
I have this ever since a certain camping trip I had when I was 17.
Mm-hmm.
I have been fascinated with cougars. My best friend and I went camping, and it was her and her boyfriend and just me. I was 17 at the time, and they had their tent, and I had a mattress on the ground underneath the tarp tied into the trees. So, I'm sleeping one night, and my best friend's boyfriend had to go back to work. And so he came back into town. I mean, we were way out in the Oregon wilderness. And I woke up one morning, it had been raining, and I stood up next to my bed, and I looked down near where my head was, and there was a ginormous paw print there.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And I'm just like, I look at it, and I'm just like, oh my God, I can't believe that. And I'm like yelling at my best friend, Kat, you gotta wake up, you gotta come see this. She comes out of her tent, and she's like, what the hell do you want? And I'm like, look. And she looks at this paw print, and I mean, it was as big as my hand. And she's just like, oh my God, is that a bear? And I'm like, no, there's no claw marks. It's a cougar. And she's like, oh my God, we need to get out of here. My boyfriend's not here. She's freaking out. And I'm just sitting here laughing. I'm loving this. I'm just like, oh, I feel this connection now.
So, okay, so this video I'm going to show you, his name is Derek Cron, and he runs a sanctuary with his wife, and they live in Texas. And the cats that they get are generally from the pet trade, which is where they actually have them in zoos for people to pet and hold, or they have been abused. But none of these that they have are actually able to be re-released. They've all been bred in captivity. That's why they keep them. The other thing is the enclosures that they're in. Derek Cron is a meteorologist for the Air Force. Navy? Air Force, I think.
Anyway. I never really knew what he does. Yeah. I just know that he leaves sometimes and he comes back. I thought he was a truck driver or something.
No, he's a meteorologist for the military. He does National Guard duty now. That's why he goes only sometimes. But and that's why he's constantly talking about the weather. But they did a lot of research on just how much space each of the animals need and just what they need in their enclosures. So even though some of these enclosures look small, it's actually incredibly perfect for each and every cat. So this one I'm going to show you is Cassie, and she's a mountain lion. She's been at the facility since she was a baby, and she is in love with him. And when he calls her, she goes, "Meh," she squeaks. He calls her
so
Sass.
adorable.
And then there's Tawny, which is actually Sass's mother, and I think there's a couple of her in here in this video, and she has quieter squeaks, but you can tell that Cass loves him. But he still, even though she loves him and he does not think that she would hurt him, he still goes in none of the enclosures. There is no going in the enclosures unless they're locked away.
Yep.
Okay, so let me show this. 1 second.
Okay.
Oh, I got to undo.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see if this works. Okay, so here we go. Oh, wait. Wait. It's muted. Sorry, guys. All right. Can you hear her?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was very good. So the magic is completely gone with you, isn't it, Alyssa? Yeah, I've been hanging out with. There's a lot of times where I'll work out here. Thank you. Hi, baby.
That's Tawny.
She's gorgeous.
She's a lot older. Sorry for the quality, guys.
No, I was hearing it for a second. Now I can't hear it.
No?
Uh-uh.
Good morning. Yeah, I know.
But you heard the beginning of it, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me change back to my microphone.
Apollo and Lakai are also squeaking, from what I understand.
Are they?
Yeah. I guess
Oh, wow.
Apollo couldn't find Lakai not too long ago and started squeaking for him.
Nice.
Yeah. I love those boys too.
IBF, why do you feel like a nobody? You're not a nobody. Listen, guys, okay? Just listen. I'm not going to say anything bad, but you just got to do your own thing. If people don't want to be associated with you, that's their loss. Leave.
Exactly.
Let them not be associated with you. There's nothing you can do to change their mind, and there's nothing you should do that you should want to change their mind. If they don't want to be a part of your life, that's their loss. Let them not be a part of your life. It might hurt, but in the end, everybody gets what they want. You get peace of mind, and they're not a part of your life. I mean, it doesn't change who you are in real life. And no, you don't have to go, Elf. No, not at all, because I want you to feel okay. You're very much fine. You know, saying that you feel bad is not drama. It's just saying that you feel bad. Okay. You know, you are a beautiful person and you're all very nice people, and it's okay if you feel hurt. But the thing of the matter is you are your own person and so are they. And we all make our own decisions. And yeah, sometimes it hurts like fuck. But there's literally nothing you can do about any of it. It's gonna happen no matter what. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. There's nothing you can do. So you just gotta let it go. Just let it go. Yeah.
Okay, I won't tell you what
Elf.
happened, but I had to mute for just a second.
You're okay. What happened?
No, I won't mention it.
Was there a spider?
Okay, I'll mention it. There was a spider crawling on my phone, which is in my hand.
Oh God.
see why I wasn't going to mention it.
Did it
So I
get in
had to
your
get rid of
ear?
it.
Bleh, bleh,
Did it
bleh,
what?
bleh. What, did it get in your ear?
Oh no.
Okay, good.
I'm my phone is in my hand because I'm here on my phone.
Hmm.
Hangouts on my phone. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why you collect spiders. That is an oh my god, Jesus! Come and take the wheel because oh no, mm-mm, mm-mm. Nope. Listen, there's just something
I
wrong
have
about spiders. There's just something wrong, and that's just my opinion.
one of my 4 cats is so fascinating that I will look at him and he'll just be doing whatever he's doing. I'll look at him, I'll say, "Hey T, where's your spider friend?"
Oh
And
my
he will
god.
look up at the ceiling and he'll just look around. It's hilarious. He's like actively looking for a spider that isn't there because I say spider friend.
Elf, listen. The second you stop letting it affect you is the second that your entire outlook on everything changes. And it's hard to do, and I feel for you. And I still get upset. Don't think I'm above it because I still get upset, but I'm working very hard not to give a shit. Because I've got more important things to worry about. Like the people who actually
Yep.
want to be my friends, the people who actually make me laugh, my family, my school, everything. And, and you're one of those people that I do give a shit about. So, you know, and also I give a lot of shits about never getting eaten by a spider, snake, or beat up by a kangaroo in Australia. It's like terrifying, man. Never lived in a country where the entire country is set to kill you. What's with all them legs? Sonia, what's with all them legs? What okay? Oh my gosh. Yes. I love Elf. Listen, and there's nothing wrong with being friends who you want to be friends with, just as long as you don't expect your friends to be friends with those people or be mad at those people because you're mad at those people. I mean, we are all individual people, you know, every one of
Yep.
us. We make groups of friends, we make groups of people that have things in common with us. But if one of those people stop having something in common with you, don't convince the entire group that they have nothing in common with them, So that's the only thing we got to do. We got to stop, we got to stop caring. Care where it matters.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to go read the book. I've got it. If you want it, get to me. I have it in PDF form. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And it does
Ooh,
sound funny,
yes, I need
and
that.
I will. And parts of it are incredibly funny, but for the most part, it is learning about what to care about and what not to care about. And it's not a set list, it's just a guideline. And it's a man who used to care too much about everything. And he used to put himself in these situations where he would be down on himself or he would be miserable or he would think everyone was out to get him. And I don't think anybody is paranoid like that right here. I'm just saying that's what he thought. And then he learned, he gave too many fucks. And so
Yep.
that's when he wrote the story. It actually started out as a news article, and then he wrote the book of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. So, yes, exactly, Elf. No, I will. If you need that book, please message me on Twitter, and I will make sure that you get it because I have it in PDF form, and I bought it. So, yeah. But yeah, it's a very good read. And like I said, some of it is funny. I mean, he's a comedy writer, but a lot of it is very informational, and a lot of it made me open my eyes, about things that I should not care about, that I do care about. And that's why I'm keeping my camera
Yeah.
on today. I don't know if any of you noticed. I usually don't do this, but that's why I'm keeping my camera on today because I don't give a fuck anymore. They're going to judge me, they're going to judge me. I don't care. If they judge me on my looks and that's all, then they're shallow as shit. And then that's the first
God
sign that
damn
I
it.
don't need to be friends. So.
See, now you're making me feel self-conscious. Like I have to be on camera.
No, you don't.
I'm
This
kidding.
is my own battle because I don't like the way I look. So, I like to not be on camera. My pictures turn out a lot better than my live videos. So,
You know, my main thing is I don't like, I pay more attention to the backgrounds than I actually do myself. I mean, I look like myself. I'm not going to look like anybody else. I don't fit everybody's picture, picture of perfection, and I don't care to because that's just way too much pressure.
mhm.
So, but I have a really shitty background, And yeah.
I have not a lot of confidence in myself. You know, in my looks, I should say. I have a lot of confidence in a lot of things about myself, and I think everyone should. I don't think that's conceit. I think you should have a lot of confidence in the things that you love to do and are good at, or things that you like about yourself. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I just do not like the way I look. So, it's a problem.
Well, I think you're beautiful, and that's all that matters.
Well, thank you, American woman, or should I say, 감사합니다. You're all as cute as kittens. Well, thank you. This is coming from Little Miss Shut the Fuck Up, which I love her name, followed by You're all as cute as kittens.
Yes.
I love that. Little Miss Shut the Fuck Up says, You're all as cute as kittens.
Yeah, I find it too much
Kimberly.
pressure to try and fit into the mold that everybody wants you to look like, because everybody's ideas and opinions are different.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And you know, there's a video and it displays what other countries find beautiful, and it actually opened my eyes. Like I fit a lot of different countries that aren't America. I'm like I could go there and be like fabulous, but I have big
Right?
boobs, I have big waist, and I let myself go, and then that's my fault. That's my fault. And I will be working on it because my best friend is moving here and she is determined, and when she's determined things happen. Um so
Well, I know that a lot of things are changing up for me coming soon, because I'm going to be moving over to another friend's house,
mhm.
and we went to high school together, and we have a lot of the same issues and a lot of the same goals. So yeah.
Elf, if you have a smartphone, Android should already have Hangouts on it. iPhone, you'll have to download it from the App Store. But yeah, you can use your phone. Look at my hair is ridiculous. My hair goes almost down to my butt, so I have to like twist it and put it up in this heavy ass bun here. Yeah, you can use your phone, Elf.
My hair.
Hmm?
I wish my hair was that long.
Well, see what happened is when I was younger, my mom used to keep my hair short. And then I went to Girl Scout camp and there was this boy there and he wanted to stay with his sister. Like him and his sister were best friends and they were like, no, boys can be here. And this kid looked at me and goes, but that boy is staying.
Oh.
And from that moment on, I said, as soon as I'm out on my own, I will cut my hair when I want to cut it and I will cut it how I want to cut it. So
yeah.
But then one summer I worked also at the Ren Fest, and for like realism, I stopped trimming it because you didn't really trim your hair in the medieval ages. So
Yep.
So yep. You should make a video, Elf. You should. How do you use Hangouts in YouTube? Okay, so Sonia, if you get a link, Hangouts automatically opens on your computer in YouTube. If you go to YouTube and you go to make a stream, it automatically says, do you want to do this quick by using Hangle Googout? Do you want to use Hangle Googout? I personally love using Hangle Googouts. It's the best. And some people use Google Hangouts. But yeah, it'll say, do you want to do quick mode, which is Google Hangouts, or do you want to do custom mode, which is what I use for my gaming when I have to use an actual separate server. So yeah, Google, what did I say? Google Hangouts?
Something like that,
yeah. Oh man. Yeah. So guys, just listen. Be confident in yourself. Be confident in your friends. And if there comes a time where you're not confident in them, cut the cord and go. That's it. That's all you can do. You have to protect yourself. And you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But in the meantime, try and Hangle Googouts. That's right, Kimberly. Hangle Googouts. Thank you. Thank you for remembering my embarrassment. Thank you. You know, you have to protect yourself. But in the meantime, please go easy on yourself. Okay. You're not put on this earth to love everybody, and everybody's not put on this earth to love you. And so there's going to be people that don't get along with you. There's going to be people you don't get along with. There's going to be people that break your heart and make you sad, but you just have to move on because you can't let it dictate your life. You need to,
Right.
okay, one less person in my group. Oh, well, at least I still got all these other people. You're never going to be alone on here and you know it, unless you do something really stupid like a couple of people we know. Okay. You're always going to have
they
those
aren't
people.
alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Even
They
they
still
aren't
have
allowed. They
people
still
that
have their friends
right,
and followers.
right. So, and you know what? The smallest group of friends is usually the most loyal. So you don't need to be friends with everyone. And if people are being mean to you, oh well, let them be
Yep.
mean. Take the high road. I'm learning that
Yeah,
lesson
them
too.
being
Please
mean is
believe
their
me.
problem.
Please believe me, I'm learning that lesson too. I am not above this. I'm not saying I am. I'm actually just telling you what I've been telling myself. So, do you want on here, little miss? Is that what you're telling me? Because I can add you if you want. Let's add her anyway. Let's add her anyway.
Bring her on.
I did. I invited her. She said no. Well, you've got an invite anyway. Silly. Yeah. And that's okay if you get affected by other things too, I have nothing to say, but why? When people are mean, you tell them to fuck right up. I love Ash. I love her so much. And
That's
that's fine
right.
too. If you want to have that way of looking at it, that's fine too. But see, I can't anymore because at this point I'm too explosive. And then I get upset.
Elf, come on up.
No, she says
Come on this panel.
she wants to go on panel with someone else before she does that. It's okay. You don't have to come up, Elf. But if you ever want a link, then you are absolutely welcome.
I am peer pressuring you.
And Little Miss, shut the fuck up. If you ever have something to say, you are more than welcome to be on here. I'm just sorry you have nothing to say today. Because I
I
love
have nothing
you.
to say. I'm still here.
All
I'm
right,
just
me
up here
either.
being a dork.
I'm just like bored. Come be bored with me.
Yeah.
And you're welcome on my panel anytime too, Chaos.
Well, thank you.
Ash, do you want a link? I've never heard Ash on panel. Ash.
Oh, yes. Please.
Come be with us, Ash. Please.
Join us.
Okay, darling, you just let me know when you want to come on, Elf, and you're more than welcome on mine. And I don't care about your stutter, darling. I really don't.
Nope.
Nobody does. But I can understand that you might not want to put yourself out there. What are you scared for? You can't tell people to fuck off and then say you're scared.
She can. She can go fuck off. I'm scared.
Oh, Kimberly, don't be scared. You're fine. Kimberly, you need to just take a deep breath because you don't need that stress on top of all your other stuff. It's really, I was terrified the first time too, but it's really not that bad.
Yeah, I was too. And if anything, just pay more attention to the panel host than the actual chat.
Mm-hmm. That's what I am very bad at. Because I'm always like reading the chat and somebody on panel say, "Don't you agree, Minnie?" And I'm like, "Wait, what?" I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
Yeah, I do that. I do that too.
Yeah, Little Miss.
I feel
the
bad
first time,
because,
huh?
I feel bad sometimes because, people are talking to me and I'm just like totally missing it, and I'm just like, what? Can you repeat that? And it's frustrating.
Yeah, I've had a really stressful week, like trying to find a house for my friend. We finally found one. We got the approval today, so I'm super excited. I cannot wait.
That's awesome.
Of course, I gotta go pick her up, but that's gonna be fun too. Because we get to stop by the K-pop store on the way home. Yeah.
Right.
Aw, Jenna, we love your voice. I've never heard it, but I'm sure I'll love it. Yeah, I
hate my voice too. That's why I won't go and rewatch.
I love your voice. Me too, Jenna. Hate is an understatement. Now. She's moving from Nashville. We used to live in Nashville together, but that is when we had a huge falling out. We stopped being friends. Then about 3 years later of not talking to each other at all, we kind of grew up and just, called each other and we were like, listen, this is what I did was wrong. She said the same thing. We made our apologies and we learned to be better friends. And so that's where we are now. And she's a surgical tech, so she's got a lot of very she's actually trying to get into neuro, which is going to be a huge step up in her career, and I'm very excited for her.
Nice.
And she'll be actually transferring to my school too, because the school that she was going to, because she's also getting her English degree so that she can one day teach abroad. She's a lot younger than me, but yeah, so she'll be transferring to mine. Oh, Jenna, I'd love to hear your accent.
I would too.
Man. Come on, Jenna, don't make us peer pressure you. One day I'll get my best friend on here so you guys can meet her. You'll love her. She's amazing. She's hilarious.
Hi, Angie.
Neuro, well, she's actually doing she's trying to get into ortho neuro, which is I guess a lot of spine stuff and everything. So oh, thank you, Penny. Oh, well, Penny, I hope that you come on stream one day. I'd love to hear your accent too.
Yes, I would love to hear Penny. Anything from Penny.
I'm psych tech. I'm a med school dropout. Well, I my first year of college, I got a I went for English my very, very first year of college. I went for English and I got a voice minor. So I was a voice minor in opera. And then that went nowhere. I failed my first year of college because alcohol. And then I went back to school and got my tech degree in phlebotomy. Turns out they don't pay shit. So I went and became a farm tech. And that's when I realized that I absolutely wanted to be a pharmacist. And if anything, I actually want to be pharmaceutical research so I can find a cure for my misophonia, which requires me to live in heavy ass earphones. So yeah, that would be great.
Okay, now I really have to hear Ash.
I know.
Come on,
right?
Ash.
Ash, come on, please. You don't have to turn your camera on. Come on, Ash. I'm from Georgia, so just so you know. Normally, when I this is how my sister talks. Tiffany, did you hear about what I was telling you about the other day? When I was like sitting up at the road and we were talking about everything, and then you told me you wanted to see my truck, so I brought my truck over. That's how my sister talks. She's twangy, twangy, twangy everywhere. She twangs. I call her accent the twang. I joined so late. It's okay, Angie. Welcome. I'm glad you found somewhere drama free. It has been drama free. You love that accent? Why? Oh my god. Oh my god. No. My sister's so
I do
twangy.
too.
I worked very hard not to have a very southern accent, but when I get upset, it comes out. That's how I think I sound. And then you have my
People always say I have an accent.
You sound pretty neutral, actually. To me, anyway.
Yeah, I think I am. I think I talk like, everybody else here in this area, but I'm in my hometown and people have asked me, "Where are you from?" Here.
Yeah, y'all hear how I talk, right? When I went to New York City and I went to Subway, they were like, "We can't understand you." I'm like, I said I want a sandwich. How is that hard to understand? Pepperoni. I don't speak Italian, but I'm sure you speak English.
Speaking Korean?
I wasn't. I didn't even speak Korean at that point. I was in high school.
Okay.
I speak Spanish. La pepperoni, please. My grandmother has a Southern Belle accent. It drives me insane. Because she was raised in a very wealthy community in Atlanta in the 30s. Excuse me, Miss, share screenplay, Korean fall shiny, anything. Everyone but you and I would be bored to death. I know, right? 네, 맞아요, 맞아. That means yes, you're very true. American, 혹시 한국에 말하고? Do you speak Korean? 혹시 means by chance. By chance, do you speak Korean? Benny. Yeah, Kimberly is not Southern at all. Nerd. Chop, boot, chop.
Bootsy woo.
뭐야, 뭐야, 뭐야. 네, 맞아요. 아직도 맞아요. Korean's fun to me. It's very fun to me. And you can get like when I was at the Korean restaurant one day, and when you go into a place and there's a woman that's a lot older than you, probably old enough to be your mom or your grandma, you call her ajma, which basically in English means old lady, but it's a polite term to use for an older lady. So I said ajma, and the ajma was there, and she was like cooking or whatever, and my mom threw something at me, and I went, "Oh ma," and she goes, "Oh, have you been to Korea?" And I'm like, 아니요. And she's like, "Well, you sound like you have." And I'm like, "Ah, 감사합니다. Ah." I actually took a picture with her. Selka. That's what it's called, selka. Self-camera, selka. They like to shorten words. Yay. Kimberly, I don't know how you handle it. Listen, I don't have chronic pain. I used to before I had my oral reconstruction, but now I don't. And I don't know how. I mean, I just don't know how you do it. I'm fat. That's about the only pain I have. So you are an inspiration. Anyone living with chronic pain is an inspiration. So
Yeah. I have chronic pain too, but I don't think it's to the level of some others. And so I don't even speak on it.
Ooh, Elf said if she can get dinner going, she'll come on. Byongshin. Byongshin. The other day, well, not the other day, but a couple months ago, the other day, I had spine soup for the first time, and it was delicious. Oh my god, it was so delicious. Stephanie,
Spine
what's
soup?
up? Yes,
Steph!
it's I actually have a picture of it somewhere, but it's basically what they do is they boil it down to where all the meat is almost falling off of the spine. It's a cow spine, and they give you part of it. So, it was just like the spine sitting in the soup, and then the meat still on there, and then it's like really tender meat and lots of spice. It's very good, and there's a lot of taste. I never ever knew there was a lot of taste near the bone. So they boil the bone and they get all the taste out of it and put it in the soup, and then they leave the bone in the soup. So it's got a spine in there, and I taking my chopsticks and picking the meat off the spine. It was really good.
Huh.
And then there's a famous soup in Korea called solongtang, which is oxtail soup or ox bone soup. And that's the same thing. They use the joints and the bone and they cook it in there. So, oh yeah, definitely. Stephanie. Hi, Shannon. Hi, guys. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so Korean food is amazing. It's amazing. I mean, just like they have this thing, it's called bibimbap, and bibimbap is basically rice, bulgogi, which is just steak, like vegetables, all kinds of vegetables, and then like a fried egg on top, and then you mix it all together, and it's considered comfort food because anybody can make it. It's super easy to make. So good, so good. So if you ever go to a Korean restaurant, the things you want to look out for are maewoon. Maewoon. Maewoon means super spicy. Super spicy. Maewoon. Bulgogi is anything that says bulgogi is steak or beef. And then anyone that says mulgogi with an M instead of a B is fish because it means water meat. So it's fish. So Stephanie, why are you retracting your messages? Hello, Shannon. Lovely lady. Just want to get anyone frisky about it. Oh, Lord.
Okay, someone else needs to come up here on panel and keep Minnie company because my phone's about to die.
Okay, Stephanie, you want a link?
Tablet too.
Stephanie, come join me on panel. I'm so bored. Not with you, Chaos. It's the theme of the party here.
I see how it is.
No, I'm gonna take you to Korea with me.
Really?
Yeah, let's go.
Oh man, they would kill me in 5 minutes.
Why?
Because I'm one of them stupid Americans.
No. You can't. You're busy. That's okay. That's okay. Stupid Americans. Come on now. Come on.
Where's the McDonald's?
They have McDonald's. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, the best part about it is we don't have the same standard of meat and everything that they have in Korea and in other countries. We don't have the same laws that govern meat. So their meat is actually a lot better at McDonald's because it has to go through so much more testing and it has to go through so many more like checklists. And that's not just in Korea, that's in a lot of countries. And my business teacher went to Dubai this spring break, and she says the same way in Dubai as well. Their meat goes through the same like rigorous testing. It has to be a certain quality before they can serve it, even in McDonald's. So yeah, their meat is actually super good. Yeah.
Well, heck, now I want to go.
I know, right?
I'm gonna mute for a second. I'm actually gonna grab the power cord and set up so I can actually. So I won't leave. I'll stay, but I'll be right back.
Yay! Okay, Jenna, your cat slapping you in the face, Mr. Boot. Yes, I do know that. Yeah. 맥주 주세요. 1 beer, please. Or soju, which is very potent rice liquor. It's not very good, but it'll get you drunk as shit. Punky, hello. Oh, you guys are awesome for coming in here and listening to me ramble on about nothing at all. Anyone want a link? Let me know. I don't know how long I'll be on, but if you want a link, go for it. Yeah, it is. You have to eat with your boss and your managers and your seniors. It's very, very important that you do. And even to further what Boot said is that they have you have to go on like trust building and team building events. Yes, you drink at funerals. Yes, you do. To share a drink with someone is very important. Boot, I'm sending you a link because we all love you. He does, doesn't he? He has like the successful ass. Boot, get up on panel and call me a dork or a nerd. Can't see the chat, so if you're telling me no, it doesn't matter. I'm sending you a link anyway. Okay. I've done something wrong. Oh. 뭐예요? 미치겠어. Apparently, I don't Twitter very well, so there's that. Okay, link sent. Anyone else? What did he say? He can't? Wait, what? Okay. 안 돼. 제발. Whatever. Whatever, Boot. Whatever. Oh my gosh. He said freaking ambush. What do you do after did you downloaded it? Nothing. You don't have to do anything. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna send you a link in Twitter and you just click on the link, okay? Okay, 1 second. Thank you. Okay, I sent the link, so just open your Twitter on your phone and click on the link and it should take you into Hangouts. Ugh. How are you feeling today, Stephanie? Feeling better? Feeling good? Stephanie is needing some sexy voices. Good. Good. Actually, don't know how I never use. We're all smart ass, Jenna. Have you been paying attention? Every one of us. Exactly, Stephanie. Exactly. Smart ass never goes wrong. We are no stranger to sarcasm. I am repping my BTS. American Woman, are you still in here? Because I've got my BTS hoodie on. No. Do you already have Gmail? So you should be good. Just go into your message on Twitter and click the link that I just sent you. And it should bring it up for you. Okay. There's when you touch the screen, there'll be a camera at the top. You can turn that off. Bye, Boot. 안녕하세요. What is BTS? BTS is 방탄소년단, which is a Korean group. That is, they won the social award on the AMAs, and they performed at the Billboards. And this year, they're performing at the American Music Awards, and they are up for another Billboard award. So, yay! Did I hear someone come in? No.
No, it's just me.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
What's up? Stephanie needs sexy voices. Are you ready? Let's do it.
What?
Stephanie. What's in your windowsill? All of my toys. So, let's go. We've got Thor, god of thunder and lightning. Yeah. We've got the original fidget cube. So there's that.
Nice.
I've got a somewhat of a companion cube that they put out for Marvel. And then I have Charlie from Supernatural. And I also have the scary scarecrow dude from Supernatural. And Captain America, lots of wolves. I also have Zero from Nightmare Before Christmas. So.
Oh, those toys.
I do. I have lots of toys everywhere.
Steph, what are you busy doing?
I also have Ultron with Thor's hammer and Captain America's shield. I have a limited edition Wolverine, which I won't move because he breaks easily. But from Doctor Who, calling all my British fans, I do have the Weeping Angel.
Nice.
Just so you know. I think it pisses them off to be bobbleheads.
Oh, no, not them now.
Wait. And I'll go one better. And from Sherlock, I do have Moriarty.
Nice.
Yes. That version of Moriarty is my favorite in the entire world. Like my absolute favorite. Cannot tell you. And unfortunately, mine aren't through Loot Crate. Unfortunately, mine are through going to stores and begging my husband to buy me something. That's how it goes. I also have original artwork from the comic book creator for Supernatural and original artwork from the comic book creator for Doctor Who. And yeah. He has not what?
He has no mouth. Moriarty.
Moriarty? Does he not?
Didn't look like it.
Oh my god, you're right. He has no mouth. What the fuck? How did he eat the apple?
He stuck it up his nose.
Oh, I was talking about my cookies. I don't have cookies. I ate them. Oh my god. Just like click OK through everything. Oh, and I also have this dude because he's one of my favorites. Yes. These actually go with that game that people play where you put these things on your device, but I just buy them because they're cool. Oh, it's okay. And then Chaos, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Ready? I have Baby from Supernatural.
Oh.
And her hood even opens. Don't make me a liar, baby. There we go.
I want.
You can see inside and everything.
Nice.
Yeah, it's great. They do make me happy. It may be childish, but they do make me happy. I surround myself with things that I love. So I have lots more, but they're like all over my office. And if I move my computer, the whole desk will come apart. Supernatural scary. It's not scary, Stephanie. Jeez. IVF. I don't know. You should just click OK. Okay, go ahead. Supernatural is not scary. In fact, I'm going to be doing lore on Supernatural. I'm going to start with season 1 because that's before they started doing an entire story arc. So I'm going to do season 1 all together. And then I'm going to start working on the lore for the story arcs. So I'm actually going to explain everything that's happening in there and kind of put everything in order from like what happened to Sam when he was a baby all the way up to when they discovered who God was. So it's going to be fun. And I'll be doing that in videos, and then we can have a chat about it if we want. I don't know. It's not childish if you. Yeah, it's not childish now. You're a wuss.
Nothing of the sort, Stephanie. I know nothing of the sort. Nope.
Aw, there's no way that Supernatural scares you. Okay. There is one that scares me. I can't remember which one, but I know it scares me. Yeah. There's a episode of Buffy that scares the shit out of me. It's the there's 2. One is that guy that nobody can see, and he peels your skin off with his fingers. And then the other one is the smiling men when everybody went silent. I don't know who's watched Buffy, but I've watched it about 15 million times. Yeah, I can't. I have this thing with masks. I don't like masks. Not like normal like Halloween mask, but like hi Lady Lynn, but like hi Cherry.
Hey, Cherry.
Like really masks that fuck with your face, like potato sack mask and everything. That shit scares the hell out of me. Who, Buffy or Supernatural? Yeah, I've watched Buffy about 15 times. And yeah, the silence is in Doctor Who. The silence. And then the silence and the weeping angels were actually quite terrifying. Silence wasn't as scary as weeping angels to me, but that was just me. Yeah. Thank you, Iridium. Aw, I'm always happy most of the time. I'm happy that my friend got a house, so I'm super happy right now because she's going to be moving here, and we have not lived in the same state for 3 or 4 years. Actually, almost 5 now. I'm getting old. Are you outside?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, the only one on panel, of course. Yeah.
Jeez. You guys want to see my downfall is bottle caps. I love these things. They're the best. Oh, let me answer my friend. Oh, and I highly suggest anyone getting 2 screens. It's the best thing in the world, let me tell you.
I have 2 screens. I got my phone and my tablet.
I have 2 screens, my computer and my other screen. I love Supernatural too. Lemonheads, Jenna. Oh, I can't get down with those. That burns my tongue so bad. Sweethearts.
I was checking something and now I'm getting back to chat.
You fail.
I can find it. I know, I'm fired.
Wow.
No, I was checking to see if Steph had checked Discord.
Because
I don't want to keep bringing it up on a drama-free stream.
Thank you. I mean, I just don't want to get into it because I wasn't a part of any of that, so I don't want to put myself into it like the nosy ass that I am. So,
Lady Lynn, yeah. Please don't say lemon.
I watched that video. That was amazing. Poor Lynn, poor Lynn. She was like, I went to the grocery store. These lemons are huge. Runts are good. For Christmas, we got my dad all banana ones because those are his favorite. So you can actually order them online. I'm sure everyone knows, but ordered all the banana ones. Like the whole thing was banana. It was a huge bag. Probably not good for his health, but whatever. They actually do say on the back of this, thoughtful portion. Right here, it says thoughtful portion, 13 pieces for 60 calories. And I'm like, way beyond that. You are a fool.
Kick it, Elf. That fixes everything.
Don't kick it too hard because I think it's her phone.
Oh, yeah.
Really, Ash, next time you do that, just send the banana ones to me. I'll give it to him for Christmas again. It'll become a tradition. I mean, it'll be great. You guys are awesome. Stephanie, can you help her? She's having problems getting her Google Hangout to work. Or as I said earlier, Hangle Googout to work.
Crystal.
Hi, Crystal. I tell Crystal her fiance's name to me now is Pop Tart.
Yeah.
Because hims love the Pop Tarts.
Yep.
Stephanie, you've been watching Handmaids. I heard that's really difficult for a lot of females to watch, but I'm really wanting to watch it.
I've been watching it. I love the show,
Mhm.
but not because I like everything that's going on. No, I mean the story is just oh my god. And then I had to try and explain it to my boyfriend the other day because he figured, well, since I'm into it, he might as well get into it. So we watched the entire first season over again. He's like, this, that, and the other. I'm like, you don't understand being a woman. It's just so difficult to explain to him sometimes.
Right. He is a
right.
Pop Tart. Stephanie says stay woke.
That's right.
Aw. My sister is amazing. Like, she has been helping me and my best friend find somewhere for her to live. And my best friend has always helped my sister and her husband when they have money issues here and there. Like, not a lot, just, like $30 or so here or there.
Right.
And my sister's growing up. It's so cute. I mean, she's grown, but like she's always my baby sister. And she sent her as like, you've helped us out so much. That's what family is for. And she made my friend cry.
Aww.
Because my friend kept saying I always wanted a baby sister because she's an only child. And I was like, what are you talking about? You have 2 baby sisters because my sisters are twins and they both love her.
That's so sweet.
Hi, Kit Kat. Are you leaving us? Yeah, I don't give a fuck about politics either. One of the rules in my friend becoming friends with each other again is that neither one of us are allowed to talk about politics or religion.
Yep.
Nope. As close as we are, and I mean we're close, okay? We are like the closest friends can get. No religion, no politics. Although lately our politics kind of like match, but religion, absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm
But she said,
way.
really?
Yeah, I can do religion, but I can't do politics.
With her though, she's a huge believer and she doesn't understand why I lost my faith or how when I left the church, I left the church completely.
Yeah.
And now I have my own theories and she doesn't like it when I don't want to talk about it with her. But I refuse to argue for my right to believe what I believe.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I get that. That's the part I can't do is, don't shove it down my throat. I can talk about my path all day long, but don't wander in and tell me I'm going to hell because I believe the way I want to believe.
She doesn't say that. She says like, I'm sad that you lost your faith. It makes me sad. Well, Kit Kat, here's what I say. I don't know what's there until I get where I'm going. Period. Period. And if that makes me a bad person, oh well, I guess I'm a bad person. But I am big on needing proof. Proof in science,
Are you
proof in religion,
serious?
proof in everything. What? What's wrong?
Go away. Just that stupid bird that was flying above my head yesterday is again flying above my head. If this thing shits on me, I'm going to feed it to my cats.
Mm. But so I guess I'm considered agnostic because I don't really give up the belief of anything at all, really. Like, I believe that something otherworldly is happening, but I don't know what it is.
Right.
There's something. Sorry, I had something stuck in my mouth. I didn't want to show the world my mouth. I was raised Catholic. I had a very nice priest. It had nothing to do with any of that. He's actually one of the good ones, who preached condoms. Actually, he got in a lot of trouble for telling kids to use condoms. He got in a lot of trouble from the papacy for telling people that. But he said, I don't need a bunch of, this world has enough orphans. We don't need any more. We don't need any more, you know, sweet mothers who can't take care of their kids,
Yep.
So he I think he was close to losing his faith in the church, not his religion, but in the church, long before I left.
Yeah.
But so is that Elf?
It is Elf.
Hi, Elf. Look at your porch. You're
Yay.
muted, darling. You touch the screen and then touch the microphone on the screen. There you
How
go.
do I change my picture?
Okay, the same way that you touch the microphone, touch the screen and then touch the camera.
What?
There you go. No. Touch the screen.
Yeah.
And you see up at the top, there should be a camera.
Yeah, but it's not doing it.
It's not?
No.
Well, we can only see your porch and you're a beautiful alien bat pig, so call him over. I need to see him.
Murphy,
Oh my god. Look at him.
Murphy.
So cute.
Murphy Lee.
She said, I never heard them called that before. And I'm like, yep.
Okay, so what do I do? What do you see now?
I see your yard, your beautiful yard.
Yeah.
Uh
I need a yard like that.
It should be, if you touch a screen, I don't use it on my phone that often. Let me see. Well, it should be you just touch a screen and up at the top, you should be able to touch a camera and it'll turn your camera off.
Mine's
no,
at the
now
bottom.
it's that way.
Yours is at the
It's
bottom?
at the bottom. Yeah.
No, it's at the top, but
I mean, we don't see you. There you go. There you go. You did it. Stop. Whatever you're doing, stop. You did it.
don't touch anything else, huh?
Don't touch anything else.
There
You did
it
it.
is. All right.
Okay.
Yay! I
I'm
know.
nervous.
Hi, Christina. Hi.
Who am I
Christina.
on with?
Hi,
Uh,
Christina.
Minnie and Jenna, or Chaos.
Chaos.
One day, Christina, I want to tell you, and don't tell anyone, not even everyone listening. I'm from Alpena. It's embarrassing.
I love your face when you said that. Don't judge me, please.
It is the tiniest little fishing village in the world. Not really in the world, but it's extremely tiny. And my grandfather actually knew Tim Allen. His name is actually Tim Dick. His name's not actually Tim Allen. Yeah, I am definitely from up north. UP, what? In the crappiest little fishing village ever on Lake Huron. And I was only there for a little bit, man. Just a little bit. But most of my friends are from Deerfield and right outside of Detroit. Romulus, things like that. Yeah. It's a wonderful place to camp and fish. Yeah, exactly. It's a wonderful place to camp and fish. So, welcome, Elf. Is this your first panel?
It is.
Yay! See, it's not so bad.
Yeah. I'm kind of nervous.
Don't be nervous.
I've been on the road all day with my son.
Mhm.
So I'm like a bunch of energy. I've been sitting for 6 hours driving.
Lord help. I'm gonna have to be driving 6 hours on Saturday, so I feel your pain.
Yeah.
Well, like I was saying earlier, don't get yourself down. Just let them do what they're gonna do. You know? Sorry, y'all, I look disgusting. But let them do what they're gonna do, and fuck it, go on about your day. You still got us.
Sorry, I'm here. My son was telling me something.
That's okay. I was like, oh God, did she touch it again? Did she break it?
Oh, he was telling me to download Yelp
Why are you gonna download Yelp?
because they bring you food and stuff.
Seriously?
No, I doubt it.
Yep.
I thought that's just where you get on there and bitch about the food.
Oh, that could be.
Yes,
So,
Christina.
Chaos, where are you from?
I'm from the coast of Oregon.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I am in the deep south. Yeah.
I think I'm the only one from the East Coast. Well, I know there's a
No, you're
couple.
not.
No, yeah, I know.
Girl, I'm on the East Coast.
No, I'm talking about like in my area. Like,
Oh.
yeah.
What state are you in? Do you want to say or no?
Yeah, I'm in Virginia.
Yeah, I'm not that far up.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I'm
I'm
in South
all
Carolina.
the way over here.
Yeah, Chaos is far away.
Far, far away, far, far.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, South Carolina is it's a whole nother universe around here. I was raised in Georgia, so even just because like my parents, they live like 15, 20 minutes from me and they're in Georgia. So that's how we live on the border. But even just on the border right next to Georgia, it's still a completely different universe. Let me tell you, South Carolina drivers suck ass. Just
I
want to
thought it
say
was
that.
New York.
Just want to put that out there. And also, well, South Carolina does not allot a lot of money to their road system. So their roads are shitty as fuck. Lots of potholes. They don't give a fuck. It's not a priority in South Carolina at all.
They might just
Roanoke.
want to be going back to the dirt roads.
My parents live on dirt road.
I love dirt roads.
My parents' house is the dead end of a mile long dirt road.
Nice.
And they are down there by themselves at the bottom of a basin. Their nearest neighbor is like up at the lip of the basin. It's my dad's best friend. His name is Homer. It's great. It's farm country. What are you
I'm
gonna
here,
do?
y'all. I'm just messing in the kitchen.
You're okay. You're okay.
Okay.
Uh, my grandfather, Christina, was raised in Long Rapids, which is right outside of Alpena. It's just a better way of saying I'm not from Alpena. I'm from Long Rapids. Thank you. But yeah, he was raised there. And when we went to visit last time, we got to see his school, which was the epitome of a one-room schoolhouse. It was ridiculous. And here comes my grandma, who was raised in Atlanta, rich as fuck. She's like, "Oh, well, bless. That is just the cutest little house." My grandfather's like, "No, no, Doris. That was my school." She's like, "Oh." Because she went in like a 3-story school in the 30s. Ridiculous. Homer that lives on the ridge. You're right. And I get pissed off when he fires his shotgun. I mean, how mad? It, it's like I'm writing my own redneck story over here. I've already told the story about the rattlesnake we found in the horse saddle, so that was earlier. You missed it. You missed that excitement. And then Rennie scared us with how she kills huntsman spiders. And don't Google that. Don't YouTube that for sure, because nightmares. And Australia's out to kill us all. I'm just giving everyone the rundown. My grandmother is standing behind me. Rennie will tell me more about that later.
I thought she was saying hunchman.
Huntsman. Huntsman. Like they hunt. Apparently, they got their name for a good reason. I did not know they were that aggressive.
Okay.
up, Christina.
Is that Flint?
Yes.
She is so funny.
She is. Christina, do you want a link? I've got about an hour left before I have to go get on with my day. So if anyone wants a link, you've got about an hour to have one.
Do you want me to jump
No,
off yet?
no.
Nope.
You're good.
Look, I'm like, I'll go now.
No, you won't.
No,
Sit.
a panel can hold up to 10 people. You're good.
Yep.
Stay, please.
And it's not anything important, so we don't need to keep it small. So, yes. So when I first started hearing, okay, darling, that's okay. When I first started hearing your dog's not species, breed called alien bat pigs was this girl I used to watch who had got 2 new ones and they were puppies. And so she says, "Oh my god, baby, look, they look like little aliens." And he goes, "No, they kind of like a bat pig." She's like, "Oh my god, they're alien bat pigs." I'm like, "That is so true. I see it."
Well, I didn't
They're
think about it until you said that. And then I started looking and thinking back when he was a puppy, because he's only a year and a half. And I was like, yeah, you're so right. But Bostons are amazing. They're amazing dogs.
we want one. We either want one of those or we want a blue heeler. My brother has a blue heeler and she is amazing. And I've actually seen living in farm country is amazing to see animals do their like intended purpose. So like we get to see workhorses actually work and we get to see herding dogs actually herd. So I see a blue heeler. It's a good hunter. It's a herder as well. And then I saw border collies are amazing horse wranglers. And you actually get to see cutting horses do what they're supposed to do, which is, cut in between and keep herds of cows separated. And so it's really nice being here. Like, I used to hate living in the country because I was raised in Atlanta, but once I got into the wildlife and everything, like seeing how it sounds kind of hippie wishy-washy, but seeing how it all comes together, how it's supposed to come together, and seeing these animals do what they were always intended to do or what they were bred to do, it becomes pretty interesting. I like it here now, so I like the South.
I would like to see all that.
It's great.
Yeah. I
Like,
almost always feel bad for them.
hi,
But
Gary. Like for what? The animals?
yeah, because, I'm like, they look tired. That's just the sensitive idiot coming out in me.
Well, you get some animals like a workhorse. I was talking about one that my sister has. He's giant. He's a Belgian. Belgians are workhorses. They're also known as war horses because they're not afraid of water. It was very important to be able to go be in the water if they needed to be. They're also the ones that are very not aggressive, but they're very, I'm a big motherfucker and I know I'm a big motherfucker, so don't fuck with me kind of thing. My 2-year-old niece loves to, yes, draft horses as well, yeah. My 2-year-old niece used to love, when she was 2, to run under his legs. It's terrified me because to us, he didn't want anything to do with us. But with her, she would run under his legs and just wrap around one of his legs, and it scared the crap out of me. She bareback rides at 5 years old by herself. Terrified. Me? Terrified. Her? Nope. Don't even need a saddle. But so anyway, this horse is a workhorse. Well, he wasn't working. The people that had bought him had put him out to pasture. He'd gotten overweight. And they're already big horses to begin with, so that's even more weight on his joints. So he started cribbing. And anyone who knows about horses knows that cribbing is a way for them to get high, basically. And what they do is they bite on the wood of the fence or the metal of the fence, and it creates like an overabundance of oxygen, and it gets them high. And so he also started pushing at the gate. No thanks, Gary. No thanks. I tried to ride a cutting horse. I did not know that you're not supposed to control the cutting horse. The cutting horse does what it wants to do because it knows what it wants to do. And I was terrified. So no thanks. I'll come pet your cows. That's about all I'll do. But
they're pretty, but I'm terrified to ride them or anything.
Well, the thing is that my sister barrel races, and she trains barrel racers, and I look at my 5-year-old niece who is a barrel racer now. In competition, she can't barrel race without a saddle. That's just rules. But she practices without a saddle. It's insane. And I'm like, this little child can get up there and go around these barrels like nobody's business. And here I am scared because it's walking too fast. But, you learn a lot of things like bringing its head to its hip, because if it's walking in a circle, it can't run forward. And eventually it's going to stop. Gypsy vanners are very, 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 very hard to get. You have to be vetted out the ass to get a gypsy vanner, and they're extremely expensive. And
They're gorgeous.
there's only 3 breeders that are accredited, maybe. Extremely expensive. And I heard a lot of work. But so he started pressing up against the fence with his chest, because Belgians have very broad chests. And he just started pushing and pushing and pushing until he would break the fence, basically. And we'd have to go out there and fix it. And so knowing that he's a workhorse, they started giving him things to do. It wasn't their horse to begin with. The people that had him before are the ones that put him out to pasture like idiots and give him anything to do. So once they put him out to, they got him, and they started giving him things to do, even if it was like pretending to, pull a plow or whatever. And he started acting extremely better. And then eventually they sold him to a farmer who was actually going to use him to plow fields. So they do look tired, but at the end of the day, when they're doing what they need to do, it's good, because I know in dogs, for every 10 minutes of chewing on a toy is actually equal to, like, I could be wrong, but it's actually equal to like 20 minutes brain power. So you're actually, when they do things, they're not just working physically, just like us, they're also working their mind. So it does tire them out, yes, but it doesn't mean that they're hurt. Like border collies, you open that thing and you say, go to work. This is how this guy did it. He trained his border collies. Like, he would open the cage. He was the only one allowed to touch them, talk to them, train them, pet them, whatever, because they can only have one person, right? So he would open their cage and he'd say, go to work. And right underneath the round pen, they would go where the horses were. And he would get them in order. And then he'd go right back out as they were in order. So
I rode back when I was a senior in high school, but I don't know. They just scare me.
They are scary, and the reason why is because they're very willful species, and they remember. They have very good memories, very good memories. But then you have to get down into how their brains work too. Like, we're left-handed and right-handed. They're actually right-eyed and left-eyed, or right side and left side. So yeah, so if you train them on the right side, you then have to train the same thing on the left side. And that's why when someone can go into like an arena, they can make their horse go this way and then automatically change the horse to go this way, they usually get applause, because that's hard to do. That's hard to get your horse used to being okay with going both ways.
The only thing I used to, before I became a nurse, registered Welsh ponies. I don't know if you've heard of those.
Yeah, my sister tells me all about the horses, believe me. It's okay, keep going. That's all she talks about.
They're pretty.
I was bit by an actual pony. His name is General. And he was an asshole. And even the Arabian, who was mean as fuck, was scared of General the pony. He was so mean. So mean. And it hurt when he bit me. Never fuck with ponies after that day.
Well, so you said, I'm not laughing that you were bit.
No, it's fine. It was funny. You can laugh.
So that my son used to call a certain someone horse teeth.
Bite an apple through a fence. I don't know, Stephanie. A lot of them are very mean. I don't know why. They are not the cute little pretty things. If you leave them alone, they're cute and pretty. But if you want to fuck with them, they're going to bite the shit out of you.
Yeah, it's their mouth and their teeth. I don't know. Like I said, I'll stay distance from them.
From ponies or from horses in general?
Just, yeah, horses in general.
I've met a lot of I think I started getting back into liking them when my sister got a horse that was scared of his own shadow. He had never been interacted with. He had been born and put out to pasture. So, and when I say put out to pasture for non-horse people, I think you can figure out that means they put him in the pasture and they didn't fuck with him anymore. They
Right.
just fed him. That's all they did. So you have to interact with horses. If you don't, no, not all horses are mean at all, Stephanie. Not at all. Especially my favorite kind of horse is called a husband horse. And it's really funny why they call this. They call him a husband horse because this horse is a horse that will stay calm as long as the lead horse stays calm. It will walk slow as long as the lead horse walks slow. And generally, it's a very lazy horse who won't run even if you want it to. But yeah, so his name was God, I can't remember his name. She sold him now, but he was very timid, and so she put him in the stables. And, I used to. I don't know if I still do. Let me see. So she put him in the stables, and he was scared of everything. And so I just went and stood by his stable. There was a bird in there, and it was scaring the fuck out of him. I don't, Stephanie. I'll have to re-download it. And I was scared of him. So we just stood there, and every now and then he'd get closer and closer to me. And I think for a second there, I felt kind of, I don't know, not horse whispery, but kind of like like connected, I guess, because we were both scared of each other and we were learning to trust each other. And my sister really did work with him and did really well. Okay, Steph. So yeah. Horses can be scary if you don't know how to control them. Now, some horses are not very well trained. Some horses get out of hand, and some horses are more than what you can handle. Some people can't handle them, but it might be more than you can handle, and that's okay. Horses are like people. They're very much like people. They all have very, very individual personalities, believe me. Some of them give zero fucks about being mean, and some of them, that's all they want to do. They can get spoiled. If they're bottle fed, they have no personal boundaries. They will come right up on you because, especially if you're the one that fed them when they were babies, those are troublesome too.
Wait, I gotta mute again. Hold on.
That's okay. You want to have a horse one day? I suggest anyone that wants to have a horse to watch the series called If Horses Were People. It is hilarious. Believe me. So hilarious. And it's so true. Um I'm re-downloading it, Stephanie. Download.
Is
Download
Stephanie
now.
on?
No, I'm downloading a different chat thing that for gaming.
Oh, okay. You game?
Oh yeah, World of Warcraft mainly, Dungeons and Dragons, old school shit.
My son's into Fortnite right now.
I can't play Fortnite. It bores the shit out of me.
Yeah.
My nephew has a channel too, and excuse me, he plays Fortnite all the time. I tried to play with him, and he was like, "Why don't you like it?" I'm like, "'Cause it's fucking boring, and I die a lot."
Yeah, well, evidently you can buy dances and stuff now.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane.
uh,
I'm like, just get on there and dance. Why do you have to pay?
Stephanie, you're bad. It's downloading now, by the way, Steph. Okay. Yeah, there are things that you can pay for in World of Warcraft, but you also have to pay a monthly fee to play World of Warcraft, so I don't buy anything but my subscription.
Okay.
Sometimes if you buy the expansion early, you'll get something cool for it, but okay, where the fuck is this doing? Oh, it's setting up, taking its sweet time. Yeah. Gary on Discord. Stephanie, just being honest. Does he, Mimi? You should ask him what server he plays on. Oh, on Xbox. I have a PS4, which I can't wait for Detroit to come out. It's the new Telltale game. I cannot wait because Heavy Rain is like my favorite. Hi, Rennie. My favorite game. Good Lord. Okay, Steph, did you send me that link? Let's see. I got it re-downloaded, so you can send me the link now, Steph. The laptop, that's all. That's what I play on, laptop, but the first year we were married, I got my husband a PS4 for Christmas. I kind of play it more than he does. That was kind of the plan. You got bargains at a thrift store. That's always good.
Okay, for real this time, I'm gonna hop off panel because
Okay,
the man
darling.
got home. So,
all right, have
yeah,
fun. Tell your man I said hi. Have fun, Chaos. Love you. Thank you for coming on.
love you. Thank you for having me on.
Bye, Chaos.
Elf, I love you. Thank you for
I love
being
you
here.
too.
Okay,
What?
I'll be in chat.
Okay.
Bye.
And everyone, this is Elf's first panel, so give her lots of love. Very first panel.
Still nervous, but I'm in the kitchen, so give me about 5 more minutes.
You're okay. Oh. Okay. Hi, Amber. They play on. Oh, I play on Dolaron and the other one. Dolaron, maybe mainly. The other one is my God, I can't remember. Whatever server my husband's on. Lots of love to virgin panelists. That's right, Rennie. Wait. Okay, she's still here. Okay. We got her on panel. Can you believe it, Amber? She figured it out all by herself. Yeah. Stephanie. Woman. Link. Discord. Please. Why are you scared, Gary? You're the one that's over there working with cattle. Cattle's scary. The only cattle that I've ever dealt with were they were adolescent cattle and they were in the weaning field and they were not happy that I called them. As soon as I called them like extra rare steak, they were like meh, and I was like, never mind, I'm sorry, I won't say that again. They pushed the stairs down. There were stairs for some reason in the cow field. They pushed the stairs down so they could all stand on it and or stand in front of it and scratch their necks. It was hilarious. Yes. I don't know how to do that, but do that. Someone send me the link. Gary, no one's beating on you. Silly. Silly. 4-H, yeah, that happens a lot here, Paige. Hi, Paige, I didn't even see you come in. I don't know how long you've been here, so don't be insulted. I haven't really been paying attention. Where'd Stephanie go? She's not paying attention at all. She's over in Discord, isn't she? Thank you. Dork. And for your other question, yes, I did. Thank you. Stephanie, N is me, okay?
Okay, how many in the people in the chat are saying abort?
Abort what?
Get her off of here.
Who?
Me.
Nobody. Were you crazy?
Is Gary still in the chat? I can't see the chat.
Everything's fine. You just scared the crap out of me because I wasn't expecting to hear your voice.
I'm making dinner. I'm multitasking. Making it, so I've probably done messed it up.
You're fine.
Boys will eat it. They eat anything, don't they?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
She said, "Who's in the chat telling her to get off?" And I said, "No one. She's cooking dinner. That's why she's quiet. She's not being boring." So yeah. What?
So what I was basically trying to say earlier was just my emotions were all over the place, and I realized I'm not the only one.
Well, no. I mean, we're human, aren't we? Everyone's
yeah.
emotions are everywhere. I mean, but that's okay. But here's the thing. People are going to feel what they want to feel, just like you are going to feel what you want to feel.
Oh yeah.
And when those two things don't match up, it's okay. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. It might hurt your feelings, but that's human too. And we've learned a long time ago how to deal with our hurt feelings. And in our real life, if someone hurt our feelings, we might dwell on it for a couple of days, but then we leave, and we move on. So, we just you have to ask yourself, if that person is out of your life, does it change your life? That's the biggest question you can ask yourself. And if it doesn't, then what you worried for?
Right.
So,
I mean, everybody that was, how many different streams were going at once? I don't know how you all handle, like Stephanie, and I don't know how you all handle, looking at the chat and doing all that. I really, and be calm. I think yesterday was the first time that I heard Stephanie like really ever lose her cool, kind of, and that,
it was because of some promises that I made to some people that I do wish to stay friends with, that I stayed calm. And that was at the end of the day, after watching everybody's panels as much as I could, and gathering for myself, and not listening to anyone else, but gathering information, putting the things together. I didn't come to a definite conclusion. All I did was say, this is what I feel. This is where I feel I am headed towards. And that's when I got on stream with Stephanie and them, and just basically because I wanted to be on panel with Cash, but and I did say that, I didn't lie. But yeah, I mean, you got to come to your own conclusion. We got to stop letting people lead us around, and we have to stop letting people scare us when we don't agree with them.
I think that's it. I think I'm learning more so to come to my own conclusion and not, kind of follow, or basically like think for yourself, figure things out for yourself instead of letting someone lead you around.
So. Exactly. Because here's what happens. It's natural to feel afraid that you're going to lose a friendship when you don't agree. But the thing that you have to tell yourself, and the thing that Stephanie stands by as well, and correct me if I'm wrong, Stephanie, is that you are your own person. At the end of the day, if you don't agree with someone and they don't want to be your friend about it, no, you have never, ever made me feel that way. Not ever. If they don't want to be your friend about it, then they weren't your friend to begin with. Period. We don't treat our friends with conditions.
Definitely true.
No, and I have disagreed with Stephanie, and Stephanie has never made me feel bad about it. She's never made me think she wasn't gonna be my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And have you ever felt that way, Elf? From
No,
Stephanie,
not at
from
all.
Stephanie. Exactly. See,
Not
Stephanie
not at
and
all.
and I follow that same thing. Stephanie can like and be friends with and settle differences with whomever she wants. It is up to her because guess what? She's an adult and she has to live with her choices. We all do. We all have to live with our choices. And you're right, Paige. We are all allowed to have our own feelings. We're all allowed to be angry. We're all allowed to be sad. We're allowed to cry no matter what anyone says. It doesn't make you less of a person. But then you have to sit back and remember just as you don't want people to judge you for who you're friends with and what your emotions are, you cannot judge anyone else's decisions unless they directly and maliciously involve you personally. You can say to that person, "Hey, dude, I really just really don't agree with what you said." That's fine. I'm a crybaby too, Stephanie, obviously. You can say, I don't agree with what you said. I'm just gonna take a step back for a minute, and Stephanie, if I would have said, Stephanie, I just really didn't agree with what you said. I think I'm just gonna take a couple of steps back for just a couple of days. Let me just get this through my head. She would have been fine with that, right? Am I right, Stephanie? And it would have been like, okay, because that's how it works. And believe me when I say I am not above that. I am working on that myself. I am not above losing my temper, obviously, but I am working towards not doing that because I don't want to be that person anymore. I want to be able to look at things with a calm head and be able to see things logically, like I did last night by going from stream to stream and coming up to my own conclusion. Does that mean my conclusion was correct? Absolutely not. But it's the conclusion that I came with and the conclusion that I chose to stand by. That's it. That's as simple as that. I'm not, I, our choices do not mean that we are right and they are wrong. Our choices mean they are our choices. But in the long
They're
run,
your choice.
right, in the long run, you have to deal with any repercussions that come from your choices, whether you agree that that repercussion should happen or not. You have to be prepared for people to be angry, disappointed. It doesn't mean they're right. It doesn't mean you're wrong. It doesn't mean they're wrong or you're right. It just means you have to deal with that. Or you can walk away and not deal with it. That's an option too. You can say, I hear what you're saying, but I don't care. But I hear you, but I don't care. Or you can say, I hear you, but I'd rather not deal with that right now, you know? And I think that's what Stephanie was trying to do. And I could be wrong. I think Stephanie's just trying to say, listen, this is what I believe. This is what I know. This is how I want to handle this. And I'm not going to change that. I don't care if you're angry with me. I'm not going to change that. And I respect her for that. Even when I don't agree with her, I respect her for that.
Yeah, I mean, she is the type of person that is going to tell you like it is.
Yeah.
And I think I've been watching. Stephanie might remember when this was way back in MF.
Shut up, Ash. Sorry, Ash said I'm always right. So
Way
sorry.
back in MF stream when Cooter Thumper, they didn't know who that person was. Um, so I've been sitting back for a long time, and you develop feelings. You care about these people,
Mm-hmm.
and last night was one of the first times I heard raw emotion in Stephanie's voice,
Mm-hmm.
and it broke my heart. So I'm sitting on this end, like yelling at my phone while I'm typing in the chat, and it's like nobody sees you, right? Which I get it. The chat was going fast, and I
Oh
know
yeah.
you can only see just a little bit of it, but and I'm just speaking for myself. I don't know if any other viewers feel like sometimes that's why I say, do we matter? Like you know,
Mm-hmm.
um,
But you
it's
do
tough.
matter.
It's tough being on this end of it when everything is like crashing down. People still have their emotions and their feelings
Mm-hmm.
about things while other people are moving on. And but like we just discussed, it's about staying true to your feelings.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Evelyn had mentioned that it's hard to sit back because your friends are getting mistreated. That's correct. I understand that. I completely understand that. But I'm only saying that's the choice you make. If you feel that I'm going to throw everything down, apparently, if you feel that you need to intervene or protect, like I felt I needed to do, and I was wrong to do it in public, but I felt I needed to do for Amanda, um, that's a choice that you make. It's just about standing by the choices you make, you know? So, Ash, you always have my attention. What are you talking about? You're like my favorite troublemaker ever.
Yeah, see, I'm protective. And when I'm very mouthy and very ignorant sometimes. And I don't like that about myself, but it's like, what do you do in a situation like that? Get kicked out of a stream? I mean, what do you do when you're in the chat and you want to say something, but you don't feel like you can?
Well, I take a lot of cues from Ash, actually. I joke around with her a lot, but Ash generally always says what's on her mind. She doesn't always say that she's right, but she will come out and say exactly what's on her mind, and she has no fear of that. I'm working towards that too. I still have that fear of what people will say. Ash does not, and I really respect her for that as well. I don't know how much trouble that gets you in, Ash, but I
Yeah,
do respect you for it, and I do work on that as well. I want
because
to be able to
what
stand by what I say without any fear, and that's hard in this community and in life. It doesn't just have to be on YouTube.
exactly?
So we
Um,
just
does
we
it
just
get in a lot of trouble? Because see what she's saying.
I must be saying something they don't like. And then you have to think about if I don't know. I don't know. I mean, to me, the reason why I don't say anything to them, number 1 is because I have them all blocked and I don't see what they say. But number 2 is because I'm just not gonna waste my time anymore. I have all of you lovely, beautiful people. I don't always agree with all of you. You don't always agree with me, and that's fine. And I still love every single one of you, even when you hate the language I use, or you hate when I'm angry, or when I do something stupid like I did the other night with the person I'm not gonna mention. Um, even when I do something like that, I am quick to say I was wrong. I was very quick after I calmed down to say I was wrong. There was no I was wrong, but it was I was wrong. I should have done it in private. And you know, I do you are so funny. I love you, Ash, so much. Um, I'm quick to calm down and say I was wrong. I'm sorry. I was wrong. And there's nothing wrong with that either. I respect people much more when they say, "I was wrong. Please just understand." Hi, Scarlett. Got about 30 more minutes, guys. um,
Turn that into, and I hope I didn't, into any drama or.
no, you didn't.
Okay.
There's no drama here. We're just discussing. There is no drama going on at all.
Okay. Because that's not my intention. I just was kind of speaking out as, just from my side of the stream.
Right. Thank you, Evelyn. I do try to be that way. I'm not always that way, but I am very much trying to be easily approachable when I'm upset.
See,
Uh,
first, and I'll be honest, I didn't, I was kind of stand back from you because I didn't know how to take you.
yeah, I'm hard to take sometimes. I love you, Cash. Uh, yeah, I can get that way. I can. I fly off the handle. I absolutely fly off the handle. And I did that. But here's the other thing. The reason why I don't take my stuff down even when I fly off the handle is because I also live by a very strict rule of not taking down my content unless I have made a mistake and accidentally put someone's information out, which I have not. But if I ever did that, I would take down my content because that's not fair to anyone. I don't care who you are. If I have your info, it will never come from me. Ever.
And that's, yeah.
I don't care who you are. You can be someone I hate with the passion of 50,000 fiery suns. It will never come from me. That's not my place. That's not anyone's place. That is not right. And I mean personal addresses, things like that. That's dangerous. That is not anything you want on your conscience should anything happen to that person because of what you have done.
There's only one person I talk to on the phone from YouTube, and I trust the person totally. So I guess that's where, like, I think Stephanie mentioned that, she, and is she still in the chat? Because I don't want it to seem like I'm talking about her.
No, you're not talking about her. Her internet got unplugged. She's trying to come back in.
Okay.
I think she's back in.
Just that, I take it, one of the situations, several people had talked and shared information, but now it's being blamed on one person. So do you see what I mean? I
And but
guess
but here's what you have to figure out. Those people, they have to figure that out for themselves. That just we can have feelings about it. We can have feelings about it, okay? But we should not make it our daily. Those people have to deal with that themselves. They've got enough stress dealing with that because trust me, even if they are out talking shit, anybody, they still have stress about it. Believe me, I don't care what they say. They will still have stress about it. They have to deal with that themselves. Protecting your friends, keeping up with your friends. Thank you, Scarlett. Making sure your friends are okay. That's one thing. But putting ourselves, which is why I have not said anything specific about what happened because I was not there. I was not involved in it, and I'm not going to involve myself in it. Now, feelings is a different thing. We are allowed to talk about what we feel. In fact, it's very therapeutic to talk about how you feel. So that's fine. You're not, you could, so.
Is Amanda okay?
I don't know. Stephanie, is Amanda okay? Have you talked to her today? There's a lag. There's usually like a 4 to 6 second lag between what we say and what they hear. So she says she's much better today.
Oh, good. I'm hoping that she doesn't leave.
And if they do, that's something they need to do for themselves. That's the thing.
I'm just saying I would miss her. But I would respect if that's what she has to do.
Kit Kat, I'm not ignoring your question. I just now went back and read it. Woo, the colors on my screen look horrible. Like I said, it might not be right. It might be just a choice that they made. I hate to stay so neutral in this, but I have to. Because I'm not in their heads. I'm not in their heads. I can't. I'm not in Stephanie's head. I'm not in Elf's head. I'm not in anyone's. The only head I'm in is mine. That's the only way I can say what I did was right or what I did was wrong.
I guess in order for me to keep this drama free, maybe I'll come back on and discuss my feelings, on a different with you on a different type of stream.
That's fine. I just wanted today to be a time for healing. We needed some laughs and we've had some good talks. And I've got about 30 minutes left, so I don't want to have to time you on that. But yeah, I would very much like to have a chat or just host one. I don't even have to be a part of it. For anyone to say what they need to say. But I like the flow of the chat today, even with Kit Kat being upset. I love you, Kit Kat. I'm very happy that you came here and you felt safe enough to ask your question and safe enough not to get, bashed for your question. I want people pushing, sorry, pushing. I like the fact that people can come in here and say what they need to say and not feel like they're going to get beat up about it. I have very good wrenches. One of them is not here. Iridium is here. And Sass is my other wrench, and Amanda is my wrench, and Wendy is my wrench. Stephanie, I'm actually going to make you one now, just for future reference, okay? You don't always have to be here, but when you are here, you're welcome to have one. So, yeah, I think that it's really good that the flow of the chat today has been amazing. Even though we've discussed some heavy things, nobody's got angry. Nobody's yelled at anyone. And I really enjoy that. There have been some deep discussions in the chat, but no one's got nasty about it, and I really like that. So thank you guys so much. I know that it's been really stressful, but you guys have handled yourself so incredibly well today. So thank you.
It's
And
definitely hard. And I would like, maybe in a chat or whatever,
hi,
some,
Violet.
and I hate to say my side, but when I say that, I mean viewers, if anybody else would come up with me, um, you know,
Okay,
sp-
just 1 second. I'm sorry to interrupt.
it's okay.
Um, would you allow that? Did I do that? Or are you saying in general? Because if it was my real-time friend or family, probably no. Um, but it would have to be like, I don't know, probably I'm very reactive. I am very reactive. I have to say, so personally, yeah, I'd probably get pissed off. Um, I probably wouldn't let someone sit there and say bad things. Probably no. Probably not on YouTube either. And I'm trying not to be that way. Oh, okay. I was like, oh my God, did I piss off KK? What did I done? Um, but no, I don't think it's right. But that's my opinion. I agree with you. I don't think it's right, but that's my opinion. If they think it is right, that's the choice that they've made, and that's the choice that they have to live with. And the repercussions is all I'm saying. I would I'm very reactive when my people, you know what I mean? My family, my friends, whatever, when they get hurt. I do see what you're saying, very much so. I do, Kit Kat, I do. Oh, you can have one too. It's a wrench party up in here. You got a wrench too, Ash.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I did. Again, I hope that I didn't cause anything in the chat that,
you
um,
didn't.
okay.
I've not seen anything bad said about you. You are more don't be nervous. You're very
Well,
much welcome to say.
no, it's not so much that, but I know you've had a stream that has gone smoothly, and I just, hope that I didn't stir anything up
Mm-mm.
for you or anyone in the chat, just by speaking in generally. Um,
No, you
maybe
I think you felt you needed to talk to someone about how you felt and see if someone, you wanted to
that's
make sure you weren't
it.
alone feeling that.
Yeah, because ever since last night, I've just been, it's one of the first times, you know, being on YouTube, and watching the streams that I have felt the way I did. Like I said, I know I'm not the only one.
Right.
Um, so
Um,
it's like, yeah,
sorry, I keep interrupting you. I'm so sorry, but I'm trying to keep up with the chat too. But Scarlett, if it's something that's a personal issue and not something that's just an emotional issue, I would appreciate if you took it to private. If it's not gonna, I don't want to name names or anything like that or start any arguments, but if you have something emotional you need to ask, then okay. But just please stay polite. And thank you, Penny. Thank you so much. I'm trying so hard. Uh, but yeah, go ahead, Elf. I'm so sorry. I just trying to keep up with the chat.
no, I just hope, at some point, maybe somebody who is a viewer like myself would want to come up, on a panel and talk about how, what we feel on this side of things. um
Right. You mean like the side that nobody really hears because we're in the chat?
exactly.
Right. I see you. You want a stream where people who are normally just chatters can say,
Yes,
right.
that's exactly. I can't be the only one that feels like I said, when chats are flying by and you're trying, for somebody to read something that you're saying. um
Hold on. What are you talking about, Scarlett? What are you talking about? Please don't start anything. No one called you a racist in here. Oh, are you talking to Stephanie? Stephanie? Oh, okay. 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 I'm sorry. I was like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about racist for? No one's called you a racist. Uh, thank you, Iridium. Okay, no, we're not doing that. Please, if you need to speak with Stephanie about that, please take that to DM. I love you, Scarlett. I do. This chat's gone really smoothly and I'd like to keep it that way. I'm sure Stephanie does not feel. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead then. I'm sorry.
yeah, so
That's good too, Evelyn. Evelyn says, what about instead of talking about how we feel, maybe we could talk about what we need or what goals we could set for our content creators. That's true too. That would be a good stream as well.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be so much as feelings as it is speaking from experience on, this side of things. A viewer, side of things, not just how you feel, but maybe like Evelyn, what
Right.
suggestions or stuff like that.
Evelyn, will you DM me? That would be a great stream that maybe we could make. If you ever wanted to be a part of it, could you DM me with some ideas, please?
I would love to do that.
Okay. Cash, could you DM me? Anyone who wants to be a part of that, could you please DM me with your ideas and maybe questions that you want to get told or whatever? Please. Thank you, Iridium. I agree, Stephanie. That is a really good idea. So if you want to be a part of that, Evelyn, I would love for you to be up here with me. I don't know if you go on panel. I've never seen you on one, but if you want to be in the behind the scenes instead, and just kind of produce it, then that would be amazing. So that's a very good idea. So guys, I think I'm going to end it there. Elf, thank you so very much for coming on panel. I know you were scared, but you did an amazing job. For those of you that realized that I've kept my camera on this whole time, it's because I'm dealing with my own insecurities and I'm trying to get used to my own face, basically. And like I said, anyone who wants to be in what Evelyn said about creating a stream for setting goals and for, kind of setting out what we would like to hear from our content creators, please DM me on Twitter. If you don't have me on Twitter, I'll put it in the chat. And that would be amazing. Thank you for that input, Evelyn. That's an amazing idea. And guys, I want to thank you all very much again for keeping the chat so smooth and for all being so understanding. And even though some of you had very heavy issues, you kept it so polite and so adult. And I had a wonderful, wonderful time. Thank you, Cash. Cash, I wanted to ask you, when you send that package, could you tell me? Because there are some thieves in our city, and I would like to be able to keep an eye out. So Kit Kat, I don't know if I follow you on Twitter, but I'm going to find you. Is your Twitter the same name? Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you.
I'm kind of new to Twitter. My name is the same. So anybody that
Love you,
doesn't
Mimi. Go ahead.
have me on there and wants to add me, that would be great.
Good, good, good. See, we're making progress.
I appreciate you having me on the stream. This was like
okay, Kit Kat.
Something I've been thinking about, and I was like, oh, screw it.
You did wonderful. You did an amazing job.
Well, I appreciate it. Really, I do.
And you don't have to be scared. If I'm ever having a stream, you're more than welcome to come up here, and I'm sure other people would love to have you.
Okay, well, I guess DM me or something when you kind of start laying plans for that stream. I would love to be a part of it as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thanks.
I followed you, Kit Kat. Thank you for coming, Elf. You did a wonderful job.
Thank you. Bye, everyone in the chat.
Thank you, Penny, so much. You don't know how much that means to me. Bye, guys, and stupid fake congratulations to my new wrenches. I don't know. Is there a congratulation party for that? 축하해. 축하합니다. Yay!
Yay!
Bye, guys. Have a wonderful evening.